Hello, and welcome back to Castle Mac, where we're 100% prepared for this tonight.
Yup.
Thank you for joining us. You have returned to part 2 of the Sunless Citadel as we play through the Tales from the Yawning portal. I am your Dungeon Master tonight, Castle Mac Steven, and we're going to go around to my right. So, young Spencer, tell us about your character and where we can find you on the Twitters.
Alright, I'm a wood elf named Yuriken, wood elf fighter, specializing in archery. My Twitter is @Spamilton, but the O is a 0.
I am Sean. I am playing Etrigan, the draconic bloodline sorcerer who doesn't know his past and is trying to figure out his future. You can find me @CastleMacSean on the Twitters.
I am Lydia. I am @CastleMacLydia. I am playing Marion, who is a high elf wizard.
I'm Raven @CastleMacRaven. I'm playing Orpha, the barbarian human variant. That's it.
Barbarian.
Nice.
You already said that.
The variant.
Barbarian.
The variant barbarian.
Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
That's me.
All right. So, who wants to summarize what happened last session? Lydia, do you remember everything that happened last session?
Meepo was there.
Meepo was in fact there.
Meatball.
Meepo.
Start from the end.
You tried to take some papers.
Yeah, I did try to mage hand some papers, and I felt really bad about it afterwards.
Yeah,
and I still feel bad.
He
about
was
it.
not happy about it.
Then you
Why?
almost slapped like the queen of the kobolds.
I feel bad about that too. I suck.
Focusing on the important details. I love you guys.
That's all I remember
Lots of things
last
that
game.
almost happened.
Then Lydia and I got married and no one saw it.
Yeah.
That
Sean, do you want to
did
help
not
us
happen.
remember
No,
what
it
happened
really
last
did.
session?
We
Well,
there were rings.
we started in the quest-giving town of Goldenleaf,
Yes.
where all of the heroes were in the tavern, the Horny Toad, and Orpha and Marion almost became part of the violin scam by some rogues that have come up
Just
in
some
other
rogues.
some
cads.
campaigns. Some knaves. And
Some ne'er-do-wells.
duels. Then I had been searching to put together a crew to head north, as we had taken a job to the north. Gerb. And then everybody decided to join me, and we spoke to Baisharbane, and then we headed up north to a small town. And we spoke to the lady. Actually, I don't remember her name, but her kids are Talgren and Shargren.
Lady Hukriel.
Hukriel.
Yes.
Who?
Yep.
So in this
Yes.
tavern, we were to meet her. Her kids decided to become adventurers, and they went off to explore some ruins and never came back. So now
That's
she
right.
either wants them returned or their signet rings as proof of death.
I remember this
forgot
now.
all about them.
Yeah.
But there's also the Ashen Fields.
Yes.
And we heard about a strange apple that is red, that'll cure any disease.
That's right.
Two strange
That's
apples,
right.
Two
And then
strange
there's the white
apples.
apple.
There's the white
There's
good
more
apple.
than one apple
That'll
to a
kill
tree.
anybody.
That's what they
That's
say. Yeah. The old saying is, more than one apple to a tree.
There's more than one apple
That's
that
going-
falls far from the tree.
That's going into Castle Mac canon, and I want that to be on every campaign at some point where you know what they say.
That's Raven
Especially in a
canon.
really touching moment, like, you know what they say. There's more than one apple to the tree.
Yeah, like there's more than one side to a story.
Yeah, I like it.
We're doing it.
All right.
The white apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
No.
You die.
No.
You're dead.
Then you die.
Some good coffee. Lydia makes the best coffee.
Thank you.
Let's all sit.
Thank you.
I've read that.
I made some for you too.
Oh, you did?
That's
And
yours.
Wendy's has the best
Oh,
form
good.
sodas. We are looking for sponsorships.
Yeah.
Wendy's.
And that's just really sad.
And
It's delicious, Wendy's.
Don't even.
So we then found a rope tied
the
in-
nipply.
and headed down.
Yeah.
Just give it a sec.
Headed
Do you
down.
want-
Manipulate.
Do you want some coffee? I'll go get you some.
Sure.
What do you want in it?
Nothing. Black would be lovely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh,
This is-
kill us.
Yeah, I mean, you can play D&D too, Lydia.
I'm
Just
offering
kidding.
our guests some.
Do you need some Vaniply?
If you're going up,
No,
will
I
you
don't
give me a
think so.
refill then too?
Can I get a refill?
Oh my god, everybody!
Just bring the pot down,
Let's
man.
play Dungeons and
Here,
Dragons.
here.
No, I'm good. I
sure?
don't need it.
Okay.
She's only got 2 hands. Only
Famous
2 hands
misery.
to Lydia.
Hi, you've entered in pandemonium.
Hey, Miss
Sheer
Misery.
pandemonium.
Well,
We
Right.
took over! Anarchy!
The DM has lost all
Anarchy!
Am I the only one that gives a shit about the rules?
So then
yes,
we went down
please.
into a ravine because we saw a rope that looked fairly fresh.
Right.
Headed down.
And I learned what a ravine was.
Yes, you did.
After trying to attack it.
Can I attack the ravine?
How big is this ravine? How old does it look?
Fighting
Who is
wise.
she?
What level of ravine would you say this was?
This is off the rails. We're just gonna shut this down. We're just gonna call it a night.
So, as we near the bottom, Yurikin withstood a number of attacks from some giant rats.
Giant rats almost ate you for brekkie.
We dispatched them. We headed on, but then Marion fell into a trap, a hole, and there was another rat in there amongst some rubble.
Yep.
And we came down, and we found through a lot of rubble there was what was once a tall tower of a castle had now sunken down into like a gravel. So it was about it. What was the floor to us was the roof of a castle at one point.
Yes.
We looked at, there were 2 doors to go through. One,
Thank you.
Thank you.
one was finally crafted, and my character was interested to learn that it was in the depiction of Ashardalon, the
Yes.
magnificent ancient red dragon.
Ancient red.
Oh, I remember this.
And so I was.
And the water well. The water tank. The water boiler.
Ice
That's
goblin.
right.
Yep.
Uh,
Getting to the tank. That's
So that's
right.
what, when we went to the next one, there was a boiler. Once we opened it, there was a little, I think it was
M?
a Mephit.
Called a Mephit, yeah. It looks like an
A
imp,
Moffat.
but they are officially known
The
as
Moffat
Mephits.
brothers.
Please keep going as I fix the map and they, vie for the last word there.
So we took that out, but it exploded, and Marion went down
Coffee.
Yeah.
because of the ice grenade,
Yeah, I did.
basically. But then we went to another room, and there was a large, what was a fire, and we saw a small bench that had a cloth over it, and we heard some whimpering, and under it was the Kobold Meepo, who was groveling, scared, afraid. We found out that he took care
Adorable.
and he took care of the white dragon wormling Calcrix, but it had escaped.
Mhm.
He'd said that he'd get us, if we went and talked to the queen, use Charl, that we wouldn't be attacked. Lydia almost slapped her with a mage hand.
I was just kidding.
Okay. Until Steven was like,
You slap her, and I was like,
You slapped the
"Mm."
queen?
I didn't
just,
say that.
just to confirm, you grabbing a fistful of dice.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
pouring the dice over your head.
It was just a thing that I say. It's just the thing that Marion says. It's in her backstory.
Then we agreed to try to get back Calcrix from the goblins that are beyond the doors of some sort of barrier that they
Correct.
have.
They talk about fighting the goblins. They said that Calcrix was in the possession of the goblins.
So we also put a stipulation in my character Etrigan that we needed to use the key that was above her throne because
Right.
I believe it unlocks the
Trip.
door to the door that Ashardalon had, and my
Yep.
character is fairly obsessed with that. And then we rested and ate some kobold food, and
Yeah.
we were
Yeah.
preparing to set out on an adventure with Stink Baby number 1 Meepo.
That's right.
Stink baby.
You did get a long rest because you rested with the kobolds, got to know them a little bit. How does everyone feel about befriending some little kobolds? Little dragon dogs. Kobolds, for those of you who don't know, they're like 3 feet tall. They resemble a mix of a dragon and a dog.
Yeah.
Basically.
I probably think they're cute. Like how some people are with, like, mice or, like, ferrets and stuff.
Makes sense to me.
I think Etrigan, being that he doesn't know, like, he knew what kobolds were and he knows that they serve dragons. Is it fair to assume that he somehow has knowledge just about dragons specific?
Yeah,
like, he
I think so.
Gets it.
I think so.
I don't know, because they typically serve chromatic dragons, so I think he's put a bit ill at ease, but I think he also gets that it's like, I mean, this is what they live for.
That is true.
I think Yurkin's probably just kind of interested in them. Just that, like, he's never really seen anything like them before, so it's kind of cool. Just like, these guys are pretty neat.
All right, I dig it. And let's see, why don't, if anyone is proficient in nature or even just wants to roll it, go ahead and roll me a nature check and I'll let you know if you know more about kobolds.
Oh, God.
I'm not proficient.
I'm not. I guess I'll just roll, though.
That's fine.
I rolled an 18.
Okay.
15.
All right, with an 18 and what you know about dragons, you know a bit more about kobolds than your compatriots. You actually happen to know that there are many places in the civilized world where kobolds are sort of allowed to coexist with people, and they essentially are told the sewers are your domain. Like, do what you want, because kobolds are hard workers. They, knowing that that's their warren, they would try to protect it from other predators. And so there's sort of these strange symbiotic relationships whereby kobolds will kind of keep what's underneath the city, well run, basically. They'll keep it safe and well run, and people just kind of look the other way. Maybe they don't look the other way when, babies go missing or something, which kobolds are wont to do sometimes. But you know that there are probably a quarter of the cities here coexist with kobolds just beneath the surface.
I think with most things for him, he'll not know how he knows that. Like, oh yeah, like how they, like to him, they're like, oh yeah, because they coexist in most cities. With all that information, how did I? Why do I know that?
Yeah, that's a weird thing to know. Okay, you all rest. I think some of you get a little bit of shut-eye. You've had your long rest. And Meepo is pacing, and he looks ready. He's donned whatever armor he could find. He has an adorable little short sword that's like 2 feet long, and even that's big for him. And he's got a helmet that's clearly 4 or 5 sizes too large. At one point, he stuffed some old rags in it to hold it in place. So he's got this helmet on with like rags kind of hanging down to just, make it fit his head. He looks as excited as a little dragon dog could be. And once you all look pretty well rested and have gotten a meal, he's sort of trying to muster everybody. And all around you are kobolds going about their business, and they do seem pretty industrious. A lot of them are tinkering with things. They're, you can see that they have old tools that would have been discarded by anyone else that they're trying to bring back into shape. And at one point, a kobold comes in and dumps a bag out that basically looks like, not like garbage, not like trash, but like litter, just like detritus or whatever, just old pieces of things, little bricks and like little tools that you have no idea, and they're sort of picking through them and kind of, they're opening up calipers and stuff like that. Just looks like they're trying to like figure things out with them, and they seem very good with their hands and very intelligent. And Meepo sort of gathers you up. Heroes ready? Meepo take you. Defeat goblins. Get Calcrix back. Meepo be hero. And he kind of says that under his breath and looks at every kind of eyes all the other kobolds.
I think that sounds agreeable, Meepo. Is everybody else ready? Yurkin?
Let's go.
Orpha?
I am ready.
Miriam?
I am ready.
Meepo go in the lead. And he goes to this door, and this is kind of the kobold area. And he opens this door, and he says, careful. Room trapped. Meepo take lead.
It's a good drink.
It's pretty good coffee.
It's really
really
good.
Why is it so good?
I don't know what I did.
What
so
brand
I don't
is
know.
this?
Lydia is a pro. I mean, you guys are legitimate pros, but Lydia's like, she's going like semi-pro.
She's got a semi.
Mm-mm. You mean like a truck? I mean, dumps like a truck.
I fucking hate all of
Guy's like, what?
Okay, Meepo opens the door, and he's like, careful, room trapped. And he points to the ground and kind of crouches down, and he runs his finger through some dust, and you can actually see that there's a seam that's visible, and you can tell that the floor in the middle is a false floor. And he kind of does this to his head, and he's like, got many goblins in this one. Meepo helped. And then he kind of skirts the edge of the room, and he's kind of got his like little tail up against the wall, and it's kind of dragging behind him. And he's like, "Careful, big lady!" And he puts his hand out to hold your hand, Orpha, and guide you as around the room.
I'll like take his hand.
All right. And yeah, he leads you around, and you come into a little chamber. And the rest of you make it through no problem.
Look at that cute little Meepo.
Yeah, that's little Meepo.
Imagining us
The
just
way
like,
that you said chamber just now, I wanted to repeat it. I did it, but now I'm telling you about it.
Chamber.
I know.
imagining us just like kindergarten line, like hand
Yep.
in hand walking through the dungeon.
All right, and in this room, as he comes in, you can clearly see the signs of battle here before. Though the wall is the same stone kind of as the rest of the place, you can clearly see tons of bits of stone missing where it looks like an arrow is hit and kind of shattered some of the rock. You can see slash marks, there's blood stains on the floor that are clearly old, but layered. Like there's multiple spots that looks like something had died here. There's black stains, and it's kind of got a kind of funky smell to the place.
What's that?
We don't have any music.
We don't have any music. Let me just change that right now.
That was weird.
Switch it over to the speaker.
Damn, look at your yellow shirt.
Yeah, it is weird that I'm wearing a yellow shirt. I feel weird. Not wearing standard black.
I feel you.
I got nervous I was wearing those last Saturday, but Ravens, and I wasn't. I didn't go back and look.
No one can see anyway.
Just making sure. Okay.
All right.
I just got new deodorant. Feels weird.
Let's just fix this real fast, too.
What's wrong with it?
Just a little low, I think. Or a little high, rather. There we go. Okay. Alright. Meepo kind of walks right up to the door, and then he's like, maybe you should take the lead. It's like, you're strong. Meepo! Get them. Good. Second.
Are there any more traps?
He's like, this is no more kobold territory.
Okay, I take
And he takes a step behind you, and he's like, I'll get second, and then kind of pushes back as well, and kind of just starts pushing towards the back.
Third,
No, maybe fourth. All right, what do you guys do? Here's a wooden door before you.
Do we want to go in?
I think that's where our quarry is, as well as where we'll find this wormling.
Do I think that it's like the same door that's been,
Just a regular old wooden door.
but it's not like swollen like the other ones have
No,
been?
it looks like it would open okay. I mean, none of these doors are like well maintained. It doesn't look like it's oiled or anything like that if you inspect the hinges. But it doesn't look like you'd have to force it open either.
Okay, I'll just open it.
All right. You sure? It's good. All right. You slide the door open. You just kind of push on it a little bit, and as you do, just a wave of stink hits you. The stench, garbage, and carrion here are evidence of years of use by unsanitary tenants. Tattered hides stretched on frames form 6 unstable hammocks around a much-used fire pit. The ceiling is scorched black, and the black kind of runs down the sides with this soot. Battered cooking equipment is mixed indiscriminately with broken arms and armor. Why don't you roll a stealth check as you open the door? Were you trying to open it quietly at all? I don't think so either. Nah.
So
All right.
stealth check.
No.
Okay.
Alright, let's just draw the room out.
Or if anybody in here get out.
Battle map printing okay on the stream.
Can we zoom?
Yeah, Sean can totally zoom.
I'll zoom it in.
Zoom.
It's funny because I can see you drawing, but then your hand is in front of you, so it looks like it's disconnected from your body.
They are kind of weirdly aligned, aren't they?
Oh my gosh. No.
Look at his
No.
Look at his
T-Rex
name.
on
No one's watching
No
anymore.
one. Everyone is just shutting this off.
They asked for their bits back.
Yeah.
They're like, I
Thank
heard
you.
this. I heard this was a stream with some really great role play.
Look at his hands! Look at my hooves! Alright, you open the door and immediately you see 3 goblins who were all lounging. One of them's holding a chicken bone. And he sees the door open and he's like, ah! And they kind of start leaping up and scrambling and scrounging for their weapons. And we're just going to roll right into some initiative here,
Cool.
okay?
Initiative.
Fucking, I always have to.
You don't have to, though.
I do. It's a compulsion.
Ooh.
I forgot my initiative bonus.
I got my mantra.
I never.
Let me just change the music real fast.
Shut up.
God, nobody is watching. Everyone's tuning out like this is way too off the rails.
For real?
No.
Oh.
I don't
Fucking
know.
guys.
Is anyone even watching it?
They're just tuning out. Okay, let's go around the table and get some initiatives. Let's see if y'all can beat a big 20.
Can't.
Anyone beat a 20?
Twanky.
Okay, Orpha.
16.
16's pretty good. Let me see if I can remember names. Marion.
It's no 15.
No?
Yeah, it's 15. I got 15.
Oh, okay. So it is a 15. Okay. Etrigan.
I got an 18.
Ooh. Urican.
I got 14.
14. And you know what?
No, because you got initiative. You get your.
Oh,
dex.
yeah,
Oh,
so you
oh,
got
that's
17.
17. Sorry. Apologies.
Wow.
And who would like to take control of Meepo?
I'll do it.
Sean.
Yeah?
Sean wants to.
Really, what's
Okay.
that?
Sean's good.
Here, I'm going to print you a character sheet real fast, okay?
Oh man, if he goes, then we gotta rip it up.
We've only had to rip one, okay?
Do you guys love Meepo? Or hate Meepo? Because
Oh,
normally,
Dude, we
the
hate him,
MO
man.
here
We
is-
hate him so much that the punishment should be that he just sticks around.
Yeah.
Probably the whole time, just like an annoying
Just
little
always
brother.
annoying us.
Forever.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. I was searching for Meepo on Beyond, and I was like, why can't I find his character sheet? Because he's just a regular old kobold.
Oh.
Somebody needs to make
Tell me
Meepo.
about
Put that in the home.
Can we get a Meepo's adventure? Meepo's castle.
We
Meepo's
basically have a
Castle.
Meepo's castle. It's our
Meepo's
kobold game.
Yeah, it's basically our kobold game.
We're naming it Meepo's castle.
You and I are all over the theme song right now, though.
I'm good with that. I'm sorry that took so long.
Meepo's Castle.
Meepo's castle.
Y'all are absolutely insane. Oh, good. Thank you. Likes the villain. He's here for the role playing. Is not disappointed with the T-Rex arms.
Doesn't work for me.
Okay, let's get to this.
Can't even see mine.
My bingo wings.
I never
You
get
need
to
to
see
roll some
myself in this
initiative.
angle.
Yes. You good to run with?
Just did the
Meepo?
old.
6.
Okay, so he's dead last. Alright, these goblins are more or less on alert. Look like they were prepared for someone to come creeping through that door. And they all leap up and snarl. Does anyone speak goblin?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. You just hear them like, and they start drawing bows. They all have short swords or maces handy, but they all draw short bows and commence firing. And Orpha,
It's a real pain.
let's just figure out where everyone is real fast, because Orpha, you opened the door. Meepo, it kind of pushed back a little bit, so something like that look about right?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Since I got injured by that ice knife last night,
you
I'm
did.
probably like, no, just be in the back.
Yeah. You and Meepo are trying, like, fighting over who goes in the back.
Shouldering each other.
No, Meepo.
Okay, the first one takes a shot at you, Orpha. Ooh, what's your armor class?
18. It's 14.
Gets ya. Ooh.
I was like, holy shit, you have an 18 armor
You can take
class at
4
level
damage. So you just hear a twang, everyone behind, and you just see this short bow just arrow right into your chest.
Can I say that I made mage armored?
Yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, you would have mage armored. The second one takes a shot at you, Orpha, because you're right there in the door. Ooh! These guys were ready. 5 more damage. And the final one also takes a shot at you, Orpha, and this time you duck just in time as it hits the door frame and bounces and clatters across the floor. Etrigan.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question about mage armor?
Of course.
Is it just your armor plus your dex?
Yeah, so it's basically 13 and then add your dex mod.
What if I'm already a 15?
With armor?
Yeah.
Then you become a 16.
Okay.
Mage armor doesn't stack with armor. It's one or the other.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. You can save the spell if you want to then.
Okay.
That's not a huge, bump.
Okay, so here's what Etrigan's gonna do. He's gonna roll into the room, right here, and with his whip,
Oh, right, your whip.
he is actually green flame blading, because I looked it up.
Oh!
And it's just that, so he's gonna...
That's really cool. That's actually incredible. I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome.
I looked at it, I was like, is it just a sword? Nah, it's a weapon.
Just a melee.
Let's see. That would be a 14.
14.
Right on. Yeah, gotcha. Then he will move back.
Actually, I lied. You do get him when he has his bow out.
Okay. Okay, so the whip is a D4 plus 3. So that's 6 damage to one goblin, and then it's my spellcasting
Yeah, just your spellcasting mod
for the
now.
other one.
Yep.
Then 3 on the far one.
Okay, cool.
So 6 and 3.
Alright, so Etrigan comes in, and as he whips the whip back, you see flames kind of lick down it, and it hits him, and kind of spins around and leaps to the other goblin, and both of them cry out in pain. Ah!
And then my man's moving back.
Oh my god, that's so good. I love it. Spencer,
Yeah, just leave
Yuriken.
me in the doorway.
Young.
That's what you're good
I'm
at.
gonna slip into the room right about
Like
there.
a demon
Okay,
sister.
yep.
And then I'm gonna fire my longbow at which one got hit by the fire? whip?
This is the one that got the main hit, and then it leapt to him. Firebolt, or green flame blade, like leaps to the next
Right.
adjacent person.
All right. Well, I'll shoot at the one that got hit a little bit.
Okay,
Whoa.
that is a hit.
All right. And that is a D8.
The what, Beyond?
So that's a 5.
Yeah, you're a little out of frame there, Sean. 5 damage to this guy right here.
Yep.
Spencer, how does the arrow drop this goblin?
Whoa.
Whoa. All right. Just like hits him right in his heart, like right on the left side, kind of spins him a little bit, right to the ground.
He spins down, falls back on the hammock he just got up from.
Yeah. And then can I move back, or am I stuck
Nope, you
there?
can totally move back.
All right. Well, I'll move back as well, back to where I was.
Yeah, you got plenty of movement there. You take double move to get through her, I think, in doorways,
Okay.
but you still have plenty. Let's see. Orpha, you're up.
Hey, I have a question. I can't find the rage table anywhere. It's like not preloaded in Minecraft.
That's
So you have 3 right
Yep.
now
No,
at
got it.
level 1.
I think you only get
2.
2, don't you?
Only
But
2.
what bonus does it add?
Plus 2 damage.
Just
Don't
plus
hit the
2?
backdrop.
I'm sorry.
And your resistance.
Don't-
Yeah, I got
Not
that
sorry.
part. It says that, it just doesn't tell me my bonus, which is weird. Okay. And next question, how do I know if something's a strength weapon?
Ow.
You have a
Great axe.
Strength weapon.
Okay. Well,
It will say finesse if it's not.
and not many are.
so I'm going to use my action to drink a healing potion.
Bonus action for healing potions.
It is. Oh yeah, we decided it was
Yeah.
bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pretty much I'm trying to drink a bonus action and then raid. No, I'll save it. I'm just going to drink a healing potion as a bonus action.
Okay.
And it's 2d4 plus...
2d4 plus 2.
It's 4, 5, 6, 7.
Not bad. By the way, we do allow potions to be imbibed on a bonus action.
I like
They can
that
be
word,
administered
imbibed.
only as an action.
So that's my bonus action. So as my action, I'm going to come in here and take everyone with me.
Hold my hand.
And I'm going to swing my great axe at this duder.
Okay. His eyes kind of get wide as you come near, and he kind of grins this nasty, sharp-toothed grin at you.
As a giant woman comes lumbering through.
14.
That is a hit.
13.
How does this goblin get split in half by your
I
axe?
slice him right in the middle.
Swing it, you let go, one hand follows through, 2 pieces hit the ground. Black blood kind of...
Do I get to do something?
Marion, you're up.
I'm gonna hit that last one with a melee spell attack.
Okay, so you're gonna move in there?
Yeah. Well, I don't have to. It's 120 feet. But yeah, I'll move in front of them.
You said melee.
I'm sorry.
Melee's-
ranged.
You
It's
meant
a ranged.
Yeah, then if you just move
I'm
up to here, you'll have a clear shot.
I'm tired. That's a 15 plus
That
a
is,
5.
in fact, a hit. Yeah.
Cool. So that is 1d10 fire damage.
Ooh, a little firebolt
It
action.
is a fire.
Oh, shoot. No, I'm good.
6.
That's a 9.
That's an eye.
It's a 9.
How does that goblin die?
In a ball of flames.
All right, he just
9 flames.
and he turns like he's trying to make for the door, and his little body just collapses against it and falls to the ground, adding some additional soot to the walls.
Can't believe I just confused a 6 and a 9 in front of all my friends.
Yeah, they're all judging you too. Chat's kind of
Well,
wild.
for Meepo's turn, he's gonna go in and stab each one of them one more time and look up.
Perfect. Yeah. Meeple's like, yes, take it to goblins. He kind of kicks one, and it twitches, and he jumps back.
I'd like to
What
search
map?
the room.
Okay.
I think we should search through. Perhaps there's something of value in here.
Okay, you find a void bolt. I was kidding. You look under one of the beds, and you pull out this chest. And you're like, oh yeah, and it's locked, but it's such crappy wood. You're just able to kind of pry it open. And when you do, you're kind of hit with this wave of stink. There is rancid jerky that looks like it wasn't cured quite right, and it looks like it's still in the shape of rats. Like it's kind of got the like skin and like the tail, but it's been jerkified. It's been jerked. You also find some wine that is absolutely like you.
I think being a high elf, like I'm just repulsed by everything right now.
Meepo does take the wine though. He's like, hey, Meepo, take. Meepo kind of puts it in a satchel.
Leans down like he's just resting, grabs the rat.
That is really all you find, unfortunately. You do find a water skin, but even that you kind of smells moldy and not very
So there's
good.
this door now.
There's now that door.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Okay, wonderful.
You die.
You did.
You cheated.
I love that weathering that much damage at level 1 is nearly a death sentence. But luckily you're a barbarian, so you got so many hit points.
Barely.
I've got big 8 hit points.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I do feel better. I got
Yeah, you have 15.
15.
What you reckon at 12?
12.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you have 12?
Because he's a fighter boy.
He
He was a fighter boy.
God.
He said, I'm not a spider boy.
I cannot climb those walls at all. I'm not sorry.
There's one group of people I don't like. It's you.
Yeah, well, at least we don't have a big head right here in this camera.
And little tiny
get
T-Rex arms.
Oh my god. It's like a giant's coming in frame.
Y'all are absolutely wild. Okay.
Saturdays, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Saturdays are the wild days around here. Alright, you open up into this pretty large room, and several torches mounted in these crude-looking sconces that don't look like they're part of the original architecture burn fitfully around this large chamber, filling the air with a bit of a haze, like it's kind of smoky. As you open it, it sort of swirls in and dances around your legs before kind of filling up the room that you come from. You see the 2 rows of marble columns, and they are carved with entwining dragons. And it's actually quite beautiful. As you look at each one, it's just tons of different colored dragons. And in fact, they all seem to be chromatic dragons. You would know that for certain and be able to quickly point that out. But they're all just sort of crawling all over each other. Wings are mostly folded in. It's clearly actually a column supporting weight. The ceiling above is about 20 feet up, so a little larger than elsewhere, and it curves inward. It also looks like there were maybe some skylights up above, but they're sort of rubble and covered over now. Looks like at some point it might have been a beautiful room with a lot of natural light. What do you all do? Tons of doors around. All closed, all wooden.
And nothing in the room that we see.
No creatures, and you don't hear anything immediately off the bat.
No chests or anything
No
to
chests,
search?
I'm afraid, no.
Do all the doors look the same?
Good question. Yeah, they pretty much all look about the same quality. All of them look stone. None of them have any additional markings. You could certainly investigate each of them more closely if you would like.
Yeah, I'll investigate one of the doors. I'll just investigate that one a little bit closer.
Okay.
Pushes all.
Is that a... What check would that be?
You can either do investigation, or I would let you do perception in this case as well. Your choice.
Okay, I'll do a perception check. It was 22.
Okay, that's a pretty solid roll.
While we do this, can I start doing a ritual to cast a ritual spell?
You can indeed. Yeah, it'll take you a while. So
10 minutes, right?
Okay, so you see her walk into the center of the room, start making some incantations. She pulls out some chalk, sits cross-legged, and starts drawing some symbols on the
I
ground.
draw a pentagram.
Yeah, oh yeah, a big pentagram all around you.
It's not a thing in D&D, is it?
Of course it is.
Sure, okay.
You get to that door and instantly hear something on the other side. Press your ear to it, and you hear a lot of goblin voices. And you just, sounds like they're talking to each other. They don't sound alarmed. They're just like, sounds like a large gathering.
I'm gonna tell everyone, keep your voices down. Lots of goblins on the other side of this door.
Meepo's like, let's kill them. Let's go ahead and we all kill them. Kill goblins.
What if we sneak in there?
Can I estimate a number of goblins based on the noise?
Yes. Make me an insight check with advantage.
Okay.
Tell you how close you get on that check.
14, I guess. Yeah.
14. Okay, with 14, you gather that there is more than 20, less than 50.
Okay. So it's a lot of goblins.
How many would you say, Yawning?
At least 20. Probably more.
20 goblins.
We should probably not go through that door then.
I think that's a good call.
And we should be quiet.
As you all come near the door, you can clearly hear it too. At some point, you hear louder, and there's just voices kind of going back and forth. Clearly conversational. You occasionally hear one that's like they're receiving orders or something. But again, none of them necessarily sound alarmed. None of them sound particularly militaristic. At some point, you actually hear smell like baby goblins, maybe.
How cute.
It sounds like it's an entire tribe in there. I would agree if we save it at least for last.
Here, I have an idea. And I'm going to set up a hunting trap right in front of the door.
Awesome. Yeah, you lay it out, no problem.
Is this
Imagine
way
it's like a bear trap.
maybe we can hear if they're coming for us?
Awesome.
That's clever thinking.
This is why you brought me here. Or for help.
I'm gonna give you inspiration for that. That was pretty good.
Oh.
DM almost never gives inspiration to Castle Mac. I gotta be conscious about it and try to remember to do it. Yeah, you see her lay out and open this trap and run a rope to one of the columns. Your ritual ends, but is there anything else you guys want to do in the following couple minutes? As she's setting up the trap and she's doing her ritual.
Guess we should listen at the other doors.
Yeah, probably just investigate the other doors. It's a good idea.
I'll go to the far side and then I'll meet you in the middle.
Alright.
So, yeah, after listening there, I would go.
I'll go listen to the one right in front of me, I guess.
Okay.
That's
Which one's
investigation, perception, what is that?
Here, I'll go to that door.
Okay. You can either do a perception if you're listening.
16?
Okay.
I got a 15.
Okay.
8.
None of you hear another thing out of any of those doors. In fact, even as you're listening, you can sort of hear the reverberations through the stone of that obviously much larger room, which you can tell it was clearly a large room. But you don't hear anything additionally. Who's going to go listen at that last door?
I will.
Okay. So what...
Wait, I thought you were listening at that one.
Mm-mm.
Who's Daenerys?
You're right.
Oh, okay.
That's me, yeah.
Who is... what was the spell you were casting, Lydia?
Unseen Servant.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I didn't even know that could be done as a ritual. That's
It
awesome.
lasts for an hour, is not concentration.
That's really, really freaking cool.
Right.
What's the name of the unseen servant?
Raven.
I like it. All right, so Lydia, make me a perception check.
Okay. 9.
Don't hear anything.
Cool. Why would I?
None of the other rooms make any noise.
Do we want to start as far away from the goblin tribe as possible?
I have an idea. Everyone get back in this corner.
Which corner?
What door did we want to go through?
This one.
That one?
Yeah, the center one.
Let's get back in this corner out of sight.
Like this. Like cornered around there.
Mm-hmm. And I'll have my unseen servant slowly open the door,
Awesome.
just so we can kind of peer in.
Door opens, and all you see, you don't hear anything right off the bat. I'll say that.
No one comes rushing in.
No one comes rushing out. No one says anything. No one thinks it's particularly strange that this door has been opened. And as you all peek in, you don't hear anything. You can tell that this is a pantry.
Oh.
It is stocked with foods. Most of them not all that appealing, except to Meepo, who does kind of come in and he's like, look! And he picks up a barrel and you look at it. Do any of you speak Goblin or read or write Goblin?
Just orc.
All right. He looks at it, pulls the lid off, kind of digs a hand in, and it's kind of this brackish, brownish pudding that kind of drips, and he's like,
Oh my god.
That is
He's like,
disgusting.
Orpha, you try.
Okay.
Tastes like a bit like dirt, and a bit like blood, and a bit like something sweet. Like sugar and blood and dirt.
Does this taste almost like what my mother make at home?
He's like, eat meatballs too. He just dunks his snout in and pokes it up, and it's sort of just
You're giving me the heaves.
dripping.
Stop making that noise.
And there is another door right there.
keep going.
Just let us hide behind these barrels. And Raven will open that door.
Okay.
Okay.
Got enough room?
Usually Lydia.
Pushing the edge of here. I'm actually shrinking the room a little bit.
That's alright.
Don't look at my T-Rex hands anymore.
No, it's your head when it pops
You're
in
really-
our camera.
You're really
Look at it.
You're really making me self-conscious.
Lean in a
about
little. Sean, you line that up perfectly. It's just so good.
What?
it. I don't like you. I don't like any of you. All right, your unseen servant opens the door, and you hear the twang of a bow, and then the thwack of an arrow hitting something. And as the door opens, one of them is like he's talking to the door, almost as if he were expecting something. And one of the others is like, and you look, if any of you peek in, and you can clearly see this is an archery practice range. And they take the shot, and
On
then
the
one
other
of them.
side of the pantry?
Yeah, well, you know.
It's a-
It's what you gotta do when you're taking over a old Citadel as your home.
That's not where we put our archery range in this house. though.
Yeah, well, it is kind of near the
Put
pantry.
it in a sensible area.
Anyways,
Bathroom.
Off of the
and
bathroom.
they then peek towards the door, and one of them's like, "Grashna? What do you do?"
Close the door. Silently.
Okay. You can faintly hear like on the other side of the door. And then the door opens. And one of the goblins pokes his head through and he's like,
Can we get a surprise round on him?
I don't think so. He was pretty cautious. Normally surprises, they have no ideas anything's going on. But it will be initiative.
Cool.
If that,
It does. It
strikes
helps.
your fancy. Alright. Here we go. Orpha. I'm gonna get rid of this chair for a hot minute. Where you at, Orpha?
10.
Oh. How about you, Marion?
8.
Oh.
No.
Lauren.
11.
You're just
How about
adding
you,
numbers.
I
Etrigan?
am.
I'm a 17, and Meepo is an 11 as well.
And how about Yurikin?
17.
Y'all are both 17?
Yeah, I think we got the same deck, so
Yeah.
you can go first, man.
Alright.
Okay. And Yurikin, you're up first. There is one goblin poking his head through the door who's just like, "Ah!" and kind of leaps back.
I'm gonna step back into like this door frame so I can use my bow.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess he was there, so you're good. Yep.
Okay. Then I'm gonna pull.
I'm gonna try to keep people on squares. Those doors are weird because they're kind of in the
okay.
middle of squares.
Okay. Then I'm gonna pull my bow and try and like clip him as he's poking through the door.
Clip him.
Clip him. So is that 19, right?
But that is a 19.
Does
That is
that
a
hit?
hit.
Okay.
Sorry. Forgot to update the summary. One of the many things on the checklist. So Coach is gonna have my performance review at the end of the month. It's not looking great.
That is a 7.
How does this goblin die?
Honestly, just as he's like poking his head out, the arrow catches him
Right
through
between the
forehead.
eyes.
Yep.
Just collapses to the ground with a wet thwack. Okay. Etrigan.
Alright. Etrigan's gonna do a similar move here, and green flame whip just...
The old green flame whip. That's such a cool combo.
let's see, that is a 15.
That is a hit, sir.
So this one takes 4 and this one takes 3.
Got it. Anything else, Etrigan?
He's also gonna then move back.
Okay, great. This one draws his bow, pulls back to there. Give me 1 second. And he shouts, "Ah!" And he takes a shot at Meepo.
Nah, man.
Oh.
I choose not to believe it.
And Meepo ducks, and it's clatters, and it hits one of the big barrels of pudding, and you see this like brackish pudding start dripping out.
They're putting in a barrel.
The other one hops over this low wall right there and kind of takes cover behind it and fires at who he can see, which is Marion.
Cool.
And also misses. This time, just hits the door frame and kind of sticks there. Bang!
No wonder they're at the practice range.
Yeah, they're not the best archers. These goblins aren't sending their best. Marion, it is your turn.
I will step into the doorway.
Okay.
I will make a ranged spell attack
Okay.
against that one. That
Okay.
one that's not hiding. I got 8 plus 5.
So 13.
13.
That's a hit.
When are we going to get our calculator?
You got it. That's a 1. Boom. Calculator. Calculated.
I fucking hate you.
1. Complex, yeah, complex formulae. He's like, it just singes him a little bit. Anything else, Marion?
Yeah, here's some divorce papers.
Oh yeah, here's this.
Meepo is feeling pretty good, and Meepo rushes in.
Stop being so ballsy with Meepo.
That's how Meepo is. Meepo's mine.
I don't believe that a Meepo got it with it.
He's and he comes rushing in, and this guy just holds his bow up and kind of knocks the sword hand back. And Meepo's like dramatic about it, like he swings, misses, throws back, and it's like like
Meepo would like to
Not a
use
bit
a
of a shot.
bonus action to try to get some of the pudding from his snout to blind him. I'm just kidding.
So one of those things.
It's
It's
on
called
there,
blinding
man.
What can
snout.
they do?
I just made that up.
Oh, I thought maybe they had like a fighting dirty thing or something, but yeah. Roll for blinding snout.
Blinding pudding.
Orpha, you are up.
I'd have to move around and then through.
Yeah, but...
Looks like you guys got it, so.
Okay. Some lazy-ass barbarians.
Hang back, have some pudding.
I'm eating pudding, man.
Maisie.
Eating pudding,
Maisie.
man.
No.
It's pudding, man.
Alright. I would probably.
Oh my god, look at that pinch I could do.
Don't. I would push Marion and be like, "Excuse me, beautiful lady."
I'd pinch her butt.
Oh my god. Don't do it. And then I would 5'10", 15. And then I'm adjacent to that one, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to throw down all my weapons and offer some pudding.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit with my great ass.
I quit. Help.
Whoa, 14 plus 5.
That is a hit.
Tool. That's gonna be a 8 damage.
How does this old pudding gobbler die?
So that pudding gobbler, I just like whack its head off, and since I killed it, I get another bonus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you sure do.
So 5 feet of movement that way,
Yep.
and why are you holding my coffee?
I didn't want you to
That
knock
is a
it
hit.
down. In your rage.
Great weapon,
11 plus
master.
3.
How do you kill this pudding guzzler?
I slice its head off too.
Orpha's,
I'm just like,
Orpha comes in politely because she's not raging. Like, excuse me. And they're both dead.
I'll like flick off my blade.
Does anyone want a bubbly water?
No thanks.
Soon, but not
Oh,
now.
okay, fine. I'll wait too. So thirsty.
In here, you see another door here,
Okay.
and then there's archery equipment. There's arrows. They're not very good arrows. You can still put them to use, though.
This is
That is another door as well. Yes. Tell me if you're going to explore that way. I'm going to roll out the other map. That's fine. You can totally explore that way. There's good stuff out there.
Yeah, we'll continue exploring back.
Okay, so you've got 2 doors. This door, that door.
I want to go
So-
to that one.
Okay, let's do this. Slide the map towards you, Raven.
Oh.
This is a pretty big map, so If you guys can just slide it, we can sort of seamlessly transition here.
Gosh, this is so seamless.
It's not seamless at all. I apologize. Tell you what, don't worry about it. I'll just draw over here.
Oh, okay.
Here's what we're gonna do right here. Check
It's
this.
so hot.
Big old star. I know you are, baby.
Pull the
Big
map
old star
back.
right there.
Pull the map back.
And that's gonna be right here.
Cool. My legs are sticking to this leather chair.
Do you want to put my jacket down?
So gross. Yeah, can I
put your butt on
Can I
that.
put my sweaty legs on your chair?
Y'all are bug wild. Let me just tell you that right now. Okay, you open the. Well, what's your marching order here? Go ahead and show me.
Open the door.
Okay.
I'll open the door.
Slide all
And
these over
you're
there.
on our party now.
Probably Yurikin after that.
Yeah.
Me, you, me,
Go ahead and line them up.
I can step over.
Where's the door? Here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Where the star is.
And then... Well, then Yurikin. No. Before me.
Here we go.
Yeah. Then me.
Meepo bring at the rear.
Touching butts. Touching butts.
Okay, here's what you see as you open the door. There are two goblins who look prepared. They clearly heard what was going on in the other room. But there's filth all over the floor. It's absolutely rank. It's disgusting.
What kind of
Stains on the walls, any filth you could think of. You see some shabby hides and another small fire pit, kind of like you saw. Looks like this room has been in use for years and years. Right here, you see crude crenellation. They've actually made a wall that for you all is about chest high, but for them, they have to kind of stand up on their tiptoes. And you can see a hallway that kind of stretches out down here, which I'll show you more of once you get to fighting them. But they're clearly ready for you, and I think because you guys were also prepared for a fight, I'm not going to give them any kind of surprise. So we're just going to roll right into initiative again.
Thanks.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, we're going to go the opposite way this time. Yurikin.
18.
18. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not quite what they are.
I'm also 18 if you just want to slide me.
Okay, which one of you wants to go first?
You can go first.
I'll go first.
Okay. Etrigan.
I am actually a 5, and Meepo is a 6.
Okay, great. And Marion.
7.
Great. Okay, these two goblins
Bye, y'all.
were clearly ready. And as they see you open the door, they both kind of charge you and both swing on you, Orpha. They have little shields, and just these wooden, disgusting-looking, not well-cared-for shields. First one comes and swings. Whoa!
Don't we have a reroll?
You do, in fact, have a reroll. So we allow divine inspiration. You can see those down below. Every 500 bits, give the players one reroll. That reroll can either be one of their own dice rerolled, or they can force me to reroll. So, are you going to spend your divine reroll right now? Okay, great. So you no longer have a divine reroll.
Roll the reroll die.
I am.
Okay. Just making sure.
What's your armor class?
14.
14.
14.
That is a hit. However, it is not a critical hit.
Quarantine.
4 damage. He runs up with this rusty little short sword. And the next one attacks you as well. Also gets you. For 5 damage. He has a little tiny hand axe. Looks dwarvish in make, but hasn't been kept up. And they kind of form a little goblin shield wall a little bit. And Meepo is acting like he's really trying to get in there, like he's kind of pushing on your back, Marion, trying to like get past you, but then doesn't actually. Orpha, it's your turn now.
Alright, I am going to beep-a-doop, get pretty pissed off at them, and I'm just going to go and use my rage now.
Hell yeah.
And so that's a bonus action, so then I'm going to swing at this one with my EX. 13. No, wait. 16.
16 hits him.
14.
How does this goblin meet his doom?
You
Just,
should've been a barbarian.
and then I'm gonna go ahead and to
Yeah,
this
with your
side.
bonus action with great weapon fighting.
Yeah.
You guys
Oh
could
wait,
just
I
go
forgot to
home.
add.
You already used your bonus action
Yeah.
to rage.
Oh yeah, I already used my bonus
Yep,
action,
yep,
but I
yep.
forgot I was able to add my
Rage.
rage.
So you hit him for more than double his max hit points. So Orpha takes the damage, and she takes her axe and swings it around. Some sparks as it drags along the wood, slices up, and he both splits in half, and the halves go flying across the room, splat on the wall behind, and split into two different areas.
With all the other filth in the room.
Yeah.
No one's gonna clean it up ever.
And then, as my movement, I will move this
Oh,
way.
that's a wall there. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Is this a wall?
Yeah. This is the archery room right here, so you could move to the left.
Okay, so I would step to the
Yep.
left so that they could get a clear shot.
Cool. And with that, it is Uriken.
Alright, so I can use my bow without disadvantage from
You can,
there?
'cause he
Okay.
is
It's
not
just
next to you.
adjacent?
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
then I'll fire a bow at that last goblin.
Okay.
It is, who's it?
That's it.
Okay,
Pretty sure.
it's a 9.
You're plus 7, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is it.
What kind of weapon does he have?
The goblin?
Mhm.
He's got a shield and a little axe.
I don't know what I'm just gonna reroll that.
Does anyone here have healing?
That
No.
is a 10.
No, that's one of the major drawbacks of this group. So when someone dies, someone can come back as a healer. 10 damage. How does he
10.
die?
I'm gonna hit him right in the throat with an arrow. Kind of goes through.
He's
a
like,
little bit.
and he just drops to his knees.
That was really good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've been working on that one. I practice it at night. I'm like, no. There we go.
I hear you practicing.
And he falls and he just slumps on his knees and kind of slumps forward, doesn't even collapse onto the ground. And as you guys come in, I'll describe the rest of this room to you. It is quite interesting, as a matter of fact. This hallway goes down about to here, and you can see these double doors. And the hall is full of little caltrops.
What?
There's like little D4s all over the ground, little spikes, there's nails on boards.
A lot of it looks like almost like how Jax, like a thing of Jax
Oh.
looks, but they're like spiked and
Yeah.
just like shit that you will fuck your feet up on.
Yeah, essentially if you're like wearing leather
So, like,
shoes or
Legos.
barefoot, it's basically like a kid played with Legos here and didn't
Left
clean up
it.
after themselves.
Yeah, and took your shoes away.
That's
and turned the
exactly
lights
what
off.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
All of those
Good
things.
kid.
So it looks like this is a gate. Looks like this is a gatehouse. Like this is the first line of defense over here.
What's at the? Is that a door down there?
Yeah, the two double doors, in fact.
So, what are those brown things?
Those are just crates and barrels. It's a crate and barrel here, so you can.
So it's expensive.
Yeah,
home
you
goods.
spend a lot of money on some really
Be
nice home
careful around
goods.
him, you don't want to break anything.
Yeah, don't touch anything in here.
So, can we all go in this room? Is that
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
okay with that?
Mhm.
Okay. So, if someone were to walk across this, if they did it carefully, would they take damage?
No, because you've seen it. The idea is you have to like sweep ahead of you.
Got it. So,
So
I'm
it
gonna
just you slow down.
I'm gonna send Raven, my unseen servant,
Nice.
down there to open that door.
Awesome. So you just does it sweep the way clear?
Yes, because it has 1 hit point.
All right. So you all just see like there's sort of like a path clears, gets to the end, and opens the door. It opens the door to.
What's his damage?
Just you.
It just looks like a big empty chamber. You don't even hear anything. Nothing moves when the door opens.
How far away is that?
Just a couple feet, 20 something feet.
Okay, and I can see with dark vision.
Yeah, you can clearly see in there. In fact, you can see that the room is essentially empty.
Okay.
You do see a door over here.
Is there anything in the room, like a dresser or anything to interact with?
Like a what now?
Like a chest or...
That's actually not. The room is completely barren.
Okay. Should we go?
Take another closer look. We'll all move into that room.
Okay.
I'm not leading.
Oh, I can lead now. I think it makes sense.
Okay, cool. you all come into this room completely empty and open this next door. And in this next door, you essentially see this. See if I can make sure I get it all right. Yes.
Nothing. I'm just thinking about bubbly water still.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
I'll take a bubbly.
Okay.
I will also take one if
An
you're going.
apricot, if that's available.
It is available.
Will you bubble it yourself?
Just get a straw
Just
and just
gargle it.
Hey, Sean, can you grab me a wet paper towel?
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
I gotta correct that real quick. I made a little mistakey. Just one mistake. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Our regular schedule is Sunday nights, Curse of Strahd at 7:30. Tuesday nights, Princes of the Apocalypse, also at 7:30. Both times are at Eastern. Saturdays are a summer specialty. We won't necessarily be every Saturday, but we're going to play through as far as we can through the Tales from the Yawning Portal, because there's some pretty fun dungeons in there. So obviously Saturday's going to be a little bit lighter hearted, a little bit more fun, just some crawls.
Only because Lizzie and I are out of control.
Yeah, y'all are buck wild, if I'm being honest.
Well,
There we go. I needed to make this 10 feet wide. You know, sometimes the official published adventures alternate between being 10-foot wide squares and 5-foot wide squares?
Yes.
That's what happened here.
the old
Or
two apples to a tree.
Yeah, just more than two apples to a tree,
2 apples to a
they
tree.
say. Okay.
Steven, did you want one?
Yeah.
Why do you...
Thank
That's
you.
for Spencer.
Spencer lines his dice up in a very phallic image.
Oh yeah, I kind of just noticed that actually.
Nice.
That's
Well,
unfortunate.
That's okay.
I didn't get you one, but
We
I'm
won't
not
judge.
gonna get you one.
Oh, what is that you have in your hands?
No, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't know why. Whoa.
Look at the ungirth.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's what you get.
You know what that sound is, America?
America's favorite sweet treat. Making special events even more special for generations. Is that the one you're referring to?
That's the one.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we'll draw the rest of that as you guys get further down with that away. But essentially, you see this. It's a big old hallway, right, John?
These are good.
Oh!
Thanks to whoever dropped
What was that?
Oh, the Greyhawk channel.
Oh, the Greyhawk channel! What's up,
thanks,
dude?
y'all.
Here's
It
all
was
my
for the
signs
phallus,
for
so
you.
that's for you, Spencer.
Oh, well then I'll put it back.
That's
Sorry,
for you,
I
young
need to-
Spencer. Yeah. Return
So you're
thy
gonna press
phallus. All right. I'll explain what you all see if you go that way. You don't have to go that way, but you
Can you
can.
see my phallic dice? No. Okay. They're just assuming.
We just heard.
Yeah.
They heard.
Okay. This is what you see before you. And you essentially see this little alcove right there that looks like maybe at one time there could have been a statue there or something interesting, but long since gone. Let me get some of those vine boys.
Climb on everybody.
Appreciate it. All right, what do you guys do?
I think we got a follower or something.
I feel
Oh, thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate that, man.
straight up Gandalf style. I have no memory of this place. We should probably go inside cautiously.
That's smart.
Very cautiously.
Which direction?
Thank you, dear.
I guess I'll take a kind of a peek down each side of the hallway just to see if anything.
Human, right?
Yeah.
Pitch dark.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but I was injured pretty badly in there.
Wow, we could close this door and let you rest for a few minutes, bandage yourself.
I would hate to hold the group up, but as much as I want to hold on, I just don't feel very good at all.
Takes a strong person to take that much
Oh,
damage.
thank you, Jake. Appreciate that. Sorry, guys. Jake just subscribed.
Oh,
Hey,
hey.
man, Jake. Appreciate that.
You are the man.
It takes a strong person to take that much damage, and even stronger one to admit them when they need a rest. You can close this door. Besides, I'll need one of your elven eyes to see down that hall. I can't see a thing.
How long does it take? Does anyone have a healing kit or anything?
Nope.
I think Lydia
We
has...
suck.
You two have healing potions
Yeah,
left,
because
right?
I used mine on Marion.
Don't use it on
You
little
used yours
me.
on you.
We all had one, right?
Yeah.
I have one. You can have it.
Are you sure?
No, but yes. You're my friend.
I'll just take. Well, I mean, we're taking
I
a
don't
short
want to
rest,
because I have a
right?
greedy heart,
Yeah.
but
Are
I
you
also
taking
know
a
that you're my
rest?
friend.
Are we taking a short rest?
Well, you'll all have to discuss that.
How much healing does the short rest do?
1d12 plus 3.
You can spend your hit dice is the way that works. For you, you
Oh,
can
okay.
spend a d10.
Gotcha.
So, or we could wait to take a short rest, whatever you guys want.
Let's take a short rest. I could.
Okay. Castle Mac house rule. We make short rests just about 3 to 5 minutes. They're kind of a breather, time to take a swig of your beverage and get bandaged up, but we limit them to 2 between long rests. So you can't just short rest all the time.
Same way we do with healing potions. They're even though you can do them on a bonus action, they're just they're rare.
We limit them.
They're rare
Alright,
to find.
I'm alright now.
Right. Okay, so you short rest. You guys take a breather. Anyone else do anything? Were you hurt at all, Spencer? Okay. One good tactic, if you're about to take a short rest, use your second wind, because it comes back after a short rest.
Okay.
You can kind of hang on to your
Gotcha.
hit dice a little bit. As you all take a short rest, what do you guys do as you hang out in this room? Describe to me what you do over those 5 minutes.
I'm clearly inspecting my wounds, like probably down below where they were like. Ding, ding.
Yeah, that's true. They're
I
so
have my
short.
I have my unseen servant putting band-aids on her.
All right. Yeah, you kind of hold it, and the
I'm
unseen
a
servant
sweet
wraps it. Unseen servant is awesome.
I'm
Is
going
Auntie
to.
Servant's like full invisible?
Yeah, it's just an
so-
invisible
Okay.
like helper, basically.
pretty
It's invisible, mindless, shapeless force that performs simple tasks at your command until the spell ends. Springs into existence. AC 10, 1 hit point, and strength of 2. Can't
Marion, is this you doing this?
That's Raven.
What is Raven?
Just something that I learned how to do.
This is incredible. Thank you.
How long have we been crawling this dungeon, would you say?
Since this morning with Meepo, it's been about 20, maybe more like a half hour.
Okay, so I have 30 minutes left.
Yeah. We'll call it 20 minutes. You guys spent 10 minutes. Well, it was 10 minutes for you to cast it, and it's been about 20 minutes since then. So we'll say you have 40 minutes left on your unseen servant.
On my locket, on the front of it, I'll touch it and cast light, so that I have almost like a little central spotlight that I think I can easily cover.
Yeah, you
with a
can
cloak.
pull your...
Oh,
yep.
because I think I almost wear it like a
Damn.
mantle, so I'll keep
Yes.
it down, but then I can tuck it back up when I
Love
need
it.
to.
Love it.
I'll just make a headlamp.
Yeah, that is a house rule to make potions be a bonus action. We made that change just because it's like a healing potion at like level 5. It's just people don't do it for action, so we do make it a bonus action as a house rule. But they're limited. You can't just carry 50 on you and just always be bonus action chugging health potions. So yes, good question. Okay, you all complete your rest, and Sean, you kind of peer down the hallway to kind of see what you can see. Up that way, you can see.
Actually, I would have, knowing that Yurikin has dark vision.
Yeah.
Yurikin, I actually think your eyes might be better. I don't want to give us away.
I'll take a look.
Okay,
So
great.
kind of peer down the hallway in either direction.
All right, down here, you don't really get the angle to see what this is, but you can see a door, another wooden door, and you can kind of see that this is a fairly barren room. Make me an insight or investigation check, whichever you prefer.
Ooh, I don't think it matters whichever one I pick.
Okay, yeah, you're completely turned around. You have no idea kind of where you're at. You look this way, and you can see these look like cells, like a jail.
Yeah.
Basically, and all of the doors are open. And then at that far end, your dark vision does go not quite far enough. You can see that there's a large room there, and it looks like there's some structure at the far end, but you can't really see what exactly.
No noises coming from in there, though.
No noises that he's spotted just yet. You can wait and listen for a little while if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll wait and listen. I'll say I was doing that during the short rest. I was kind of investigating the hallway.
Roll perception for me. See how you do.
So it's a...
No, man, you don't hear a thing.
Yeah.
All you hear is Orpha, like, as she's, like, tightening the bandages.
I'm gonna...
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna send my unseen servant and ask her to just inspect the rooms.
I don't think it can do that. It can't communicate with you. Can it?
It can
Can it
interact.
detect things?
It can interact with things, but I guess it couldn't tell me like what was in the rooms.
It doesn't have any special perception or anything like that.
Never mind.
That would be a familiar.
Is it... We said for me to put away one weapon and take out another one is a bonus action?
Technically, it would be an interact to put one away.
And then
if you wanted to then draw another one, that would be an action.
An action.
Otherwise, you got to spread it out over 2 turns. You got to interact and then do a thing.
Can we
and then
say
next
right
turn
now
draw.
in the interim, I'm putting away my great axe?
Of course.
So then it would be an interact to take out another weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I think your great axe is on your back with like a leather strap that's got a button, so you can kind of yank to pull it free. So that's why it's just an interact to pull it out. You don't have to like fish through your backpack or anything for it.
Sounds like there's nothing there, correct?
Nothing in particular that I see. There's a jail something down at that end, but I can't see anything past there.
Perhaps we'll push into the back room first. Or forward, what do you think?
Looks like there's a larger room at the end of the jail, so I think we should go to the smaller room first.
Alright. Let's head that way, with haste. What?
Head to this.
Towards this room.
Okay. You walk in here. Go ahead.
I kind of totally forgot Meepo was here. I guess actually while we were on the short rest, I feel like we would have asked
He
him.
doesn't know this area at all. He's not explored this area. He indicates that this is kind of goblin territory.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he doesn't have any additional insight. Cool. He's just going, Meepo doesn't know. Meepo ready. Meepo brave. Meepo go in front behind Orpha. Behind Elf. Meepo go in front. In middle.
Back
Every sentence.
Dust and odd bits of stony debris and rubble scatter the floor. There's an ornate fountain built into the eastern wall. Though it's cracked and stained, the fountain's overarching carving of a diving dragon retains its beauty. A relief-carved stone door stands on the western wall.
Could I inspect the fountain a little bit closer?
You absolutely can.
And it's dry. It's a dry fountain.
Yeah, so as you inspect it, there's a thin layer of scum kind of coating the basin. Algae, like you can kind of rub your finger and it leaves a greasy mark behind. But it's otherwise pretty much dry. No water coming out of the mouth or anything like that. Make a perception check as you're poking around in here. Oh yeah.
That's a 21, my dude.
As you're kind of poking around a little bit, you kind of look up underneath it, kind of where like the dragon's diving, and kind of carved right here in like a kind of a semicircle. You see draconic writing, and it says, "Let there be fire."
There's writing underneath here. No. Kind of not pressing on it too hard, but rub my hands over the inscription. Somebody make a flame.
Orpha cannot.
I can make light.
I'll just light a torch.
How many adventures does it take to light a torch?
I will
ignite a torch, and I feel like it wouldn't be a stretch for him to maybe put it up towards the mouth.
No, it's not at all. Yeah, you light it and put it up. Nothing happens. However, you can notice, now with the light source right there, what looks like a small nozzle in the mouth of the dragon. And clearly where water would be pouring out, like it's kind of a faucet, I guess. But holding up the torch doesn't seem to react in any particular way.
Does moving the torch underneath where the writing was do anything?
Nope, just makes it more evident. And you can now look and clearly see it says, "Let there be fire."
It just says, "Let there be fire."
At the moment you say, "Let there be fire," you hear and a red liquid starts pouring from its mouth.
I will hop out of
You're
the
like,
fountain quickly.
It smells vaguely... It smells vaguely flammable, almost sulfurous a little bit.
Like brimstone or something?
Yeah, exactly. And it fills up a little bit, and it just starts pouring, and then it stops. And it fills up a couple of maybe 4 inches in the bottom of the fountain.
Like, everybody stand back, and I'll throw the torch into the liquid.
You throw it, and it kind of ignites for a second, and you see, and then it simmers down. The torch is extinguished. It burned off like a layer of it, but then went out. Which is strange, because it smells like it would have exploded and burned. You know, it smelled like lamp oil or something. But not quite.
That's strange, is it not?
It's quite strange.
Have any of you seen anything like that before?
Never.
No. Can I, Can you ritual cast 2 spells at one time?
Not at one time.
Like, can I have a ritual spell going?
Oh, well, is it concentration for your unseen servant? If it's not concentration, then yeah, you could.
If we can stay in this room a moment, I might be able to get some information.
I think solving the mysteries of this place is important no matter what.
I think I'll take the empty vial of the healing potion I gave her, but I kept it. Take a little.
Okay. Yeah.
Little vial
And even as you
tuck it
kind of
away.
look up, you know, it's sort of got like a strange swirling property to it. You kind of hold it up, you know, behind your light source even. It almost, like the light gets refracted funny, and it, yeah, I mean, certainly looks, you saw that it was semi-flammable, but not really. Certainly smells like it should be. There's definitely something strange about the liquid. What do you all do while she's ritual casting Detect Magic?
I'm gonna look around the rest of the room.
Okay.
See if I notice anything else at all.
Yeah, the only other thing that's obviously really noticeable in there, this is a wooden door here, and this is that stone kind of ornate door. And as you look at it, you can see that there are a carving of 2 skeletal dragons. Like they look like lions rampant, you know, like the seal where it's like lions like this, but they're dragons but skeletal. So they're clearly, again, nicely carved, kind of looking at each other, and you see another draconic inscription, and it's kind of written between them. And Sean, I imagine you want to come read it.
Etrigan.
Yes.
This looks like the other writing. Draconic, maybe?
It is in fact draconic, and I'll wipe off.
What does it say?
The layer of dust and read.
All right, it says, "Rebuke the dead, then open the way."
You know, he'll look, I think, quizzically.
It says, "Rebuke the dead."
As you rub your hand across it too, you feel the temperature drop just a little bit. It's just, you almost shiver a little bit.
Rebuke is
instinctively.
dead.
And
What?
then enter.
Rebuke the dead, and then enter.
Rebuke the dead, and then enter.
What is this word?
Rebuke
Yes.
would be... I guess I should figure out how to explain it. Be almost pushing back the dead, or...
Push back the dead.
something like that.
Well, I don't see any dead.
Oh, yeah.
Should investigate the other door.
Fuck it. Meepo, Give me some of that wine.
I was like,
Just gonna drink some for inspiration. Like,
okay.
Personal.
Sweet, I love it.
Just
It's-
like, meh.
You're like, glug, glug, oh god, glug, glug. I mean, it's alcoholic, but it's just not tasty.
Ugh.
Meeple's like, drinks a little bit
Cheers,
too.
my friend.
Corks it. He's like, cheers. Meepo, drink wine with friends. Elf, drink wine.
Alright. Thanks, Meepo.
Meepo think you should drink wine.
Right, I'll have a little bit.
You're like, that's awful. It basically tastes like vinegar.
Meepo, you don't know what this red liquid is, do you?
You want Meepo taste it? Meepo taste it.
Oh my god.
Not bad. Meepo, enjoy it. Meepo belly. Oh. And he breathes fire. And Meepo's like,
Oh my god.
Meepo, breathe fire! And he like tries and nothing comes out and he's like, and he breathes flame again. And he looks ecstatic. Meepo's like, Meepo, breathe fire! And he takes the wine, just dumps it out. And he takes the wine bottle and just dunks it in. Bloop, 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 and he pulls it out. It's like, just about then, your spell ends, partially out of interruption. And you cast Detect Magic, yes. You detect two things. You, A, detect there is clearly magic emanating from the fountain and this liquid. In fact, once you cast it, you're like, oh, that's basically a potion. That's basically
Potion of fire breathing.
Potion of fire breathing is exactly what that is.
Cool.
You also detect a magical lock on the door with the skeletal dragons.
Okay.
So the door is locked and it seems to be magical.
Would I know, like...
I don't think it tells you much additional information about it. It's just an enchantment on it.
Learn at School of Magic?
Yeah, it's enchantment.
Okay.
What did you learn?
Well, as you can see, this liquid.
Seems to be a potion of fire breath.
Meepo is just like strutting. He's like, Meepo like dragon now. Meepo breathe fire like red dragon now, like a shotgun.
Or like a gold dragon.
He's like, sure. Sticks his snout in.
And one more thing. The lock between these dragons. It's a magical lock. I don't know why.
It said rebuke the dead and then enter. So perhaps if we complete a task, we can enter it.
I don't see any dead.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Would I have any kind of like vessel on me to take some of this liquid?
Well, you've got your empty healing potion slots, and you've certainly got your water skins.
I will.
So, I imagine you didn't toss. You've got two empty.
I've got my
did
empty
one.
Healy.
Yeah,
I still have my healing potion.
yeah. Otherwise, you'll have to tell me what you have in your inventory. I think this bottle of wine is the equivalent of three charges of that, if you
Would
will.
the potion vial be one?
Potion vial will be one.
And I'll
bottle of wine is three.
Do mine.
There you go.
And how many d6 is it?
Potion of fire breathing is... Sorry, I just got off that. There we go. It's potion of fire breath. And beyond, it does not like it if you're not 100%
Not exact.
precise. Their search is really pretty poor. Potion of fire breath is... You can use your bonus action to exhale fire at a target in front of you. Taking 4d6 fire damage, it is a saving throw. Lasts a minute. or after. Oh, sorry. It lasts an hour or after you've exhaled 3 times. So you get basically 3 uses of it or an hour.
Bonus action to breathe fire.
Mm-hmm.
46 dex save.
46 with a dex save. Yes.
What's the DC?
The
13.
DC is 13.
Okay. Got it. So 3 fire breaths. So Meepo has 9.
Yeah. Meepo puts that in his satchel.
Could we take a quick break? at this
Absolutely. Guys, I think we
Fiber.
will take a quick break here in the abandoned fountain room with all these potions of fire breath. So we'll be right back. Yeah. We'll be right back in just about 10 minutes. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, y'all.
Welcome back to Red Vines Presents Castle Mac.
Disclaimer, Red Vines does not present Castle Mac, and we're in no way affiliated.
They're missing out on a great opportunity.
But we are trying. We're trying very hard. Okay, so you all are in this dried fountain room. You spoke the words that made the fire breath potion pour from the mouth of this dragon. And even as you scramble to fill your various water skins, old potion vials, it is draining out of the bottom of the fountain. So who all filled up and what?
Orphan filled
So
up
you have a potion.
Potion bottle.
What did you
first.
fill up?
Water skin.
Water skin. That'll give you 3 charges, and you are out of water,
Tight.
so you'll have to borrow
I'm
some
fine.
water.
That's
Unless you
fine.
happen to have 2 in your inventory, but I assume you do not.
No.
No.
And what did you fill up?
I didn't fill up anything.
Yeah,
still
you're
have
like,
mine.
whatever, man. I'm not going to drink that
My-
crap.
Yeah, my
Meepo
water
will
skin's
share
still
with you.
water. Yeah, I'll borrow some.
Meepo will share.
How many
and
did you say Meepo got?
3.
3 in his wine bottle. Okay.
Okay.
Now, there is a door, which is cold to the touch. It's got skeletal dragons rampant on it.
With the magical lock.
And it's got a magical lock.
Can I have my... It's locked, though. Like, you can't...
It seems to be locked. It may be able to be forced. There are certainly spell effects that could open the door, but I don't think any of you possess those capabilities.
Commending.
No. Nah, nothing needs fixing. It's just locked.
Well, I'm not sure we should even try this door until we know. The inscription is, frankly, a bit ominous.
It makes me think there's undead around here somewhere.
I would agree.
Well, onto the bigger room.
Into the... They look like jail cells.
I wonder what was kept here. Probably was a dungeon, I suppose, at one point when this was a full castle, but...
Yes.
Maybe those rooms hold the dead we are supposed to. What was the word?
Rebuke.
Rebuke.
Ravine.
Ravine.
Redvine.
Revivify.
Should we try this door while we're at it? On the south wall.
And that door opens and leads you essentially back to the entrance. There's one little chamber that's empty, and then you're back in that circular tower room.
Where we saw the Chardalon door and the...
Correct.
And that,
Yep.
okay.
And that courtyard.
Gotcha.
So this essentially leads to the beginning, and you know, kind of this way leads to the kobolds.
Warren and...
Yep.
Well, so for direction, we
I think
back
we
to the
should.
start.
I think we should check out what's down that hallway.
Agreed. We should be, not that we weren't already, but we should be ready for anything.
Yuriken said that there was possibly a larger room.
So, yeah.
Alright, well, I'll follow your lead. I'll try to keep my locket hid as to not give us away.
I think we would, approach kind of cautiously and kind of peer into the cells before
Okay.
just,
So I'm just going to
past them.
stop you when you get right here, just so at that point you can see into the far room. And in fact, you see another larger fountain that looks kind of similar. It's a diving dragon. It's got its wings folded in. It's diving down. It's got its mouth open.
What? Chewing up my bad tooth.
Just the lean.
You don't quite see that door yet. You like my T-Rex arms? I'm in.
Oh my god. I can't handle it.
The Phantom Diddler.
I don't like it.
It's not that funny.
Your elbow/shoulder.
I won't stop laughing.
There you go. There's the dragon. Don't make fun. Don't make fun of my weird arms. Okay, so you all get to right here. Who's in? Show me how you're coming up. Show me how you get to this point right here.
I would probably be up front. Like, I'm curious enough.
So
Okay.
I think I would have a hand on Yuriken's like kind of back or shoulder since
On
I'm trying to
Yuriken's
keep.
Juriken.
Yeah, on him.
Jerkin.
Yuriken's jerkin.
Stop jerking my yerkin.
No, not here. This is a Red Vines sponsored stream.
Red Vines won't have
We
no
got bits
nonsense.
for the phallus dice, okay?
That's true.
So I still have detect magic going.
Yeah, it lasts an
10
hour
minutes.
or 10 minutes, right? Yeah, you do. You do. What's the
And-
range on detect magic again when you have it going?
200 feet.
200.
It's a lie.
I'm not sure I believe that.
Oh man, I believed you. I was like, God, man,
Why?
detect magic is so much stronger than I thought.
Why does anyone ever believe me? I've never seen
You
it.
do detect a faint trace of what kind of magic is it? Evocation. You detect evocation magic over there.
It's 30.
That's it. You
It's-
don't detect any.
30 feet.
30 feet? Okay, then you don't quite detect it. You may be like, is that evocation? But you don't confirm
Okay, I
it.
walk up and then detect.
Do
it.
you walk up?
Yes.
Okay, so show me how you do. You just walk up?
Yeah.
Okay,
Whoa.
maybe about here?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
oh God.
I mean, I have like no survival skills. And
You're
I'm
like,
like, we opened the door and nothing attacked us.
You were like
This is
a
fine.
scholar. You're like, oh, information.
Yeah.
Should probably just.
I
walk.
like have never been
So
in like
here's-
a battle or anything.
Here's what happens. Marion.
You die.
Marion is like, oh. And she just starts striding forward. She goes, it's evocation magic. And she turns, and you see a giant rat kind of come sprawling out of one of the doors. Make me we're going to call it a dexterity saving throw to see if you are surprised.
I'm great at rolling dice and also saving throws. So that's a 6,
Okay.
7, 8. It's an 8 total.
A giant rat comes squealing out of here, and I'm going to have the heroes are surprised for the first round. Because you guys were like, oh, cool. And she's like, yeah, there's definitely evocation. Ah! And it just comes like its rear end slides. Like you hear its little claws, like a dog, like running around the
Like
corner.
Maisie on the
Like a
highway.
Maisie comes running down the stairs and her back end slides. So let's just roll initiative just to see.
I'm using a different dice. Die. What are you seeing up there?
Okay, we're going to go this way. Orpha, where you at?
4.
Or 4.
Or 4.
Or 4.
I was getting there.
Nice. Okay, and how about you, Marion?
12.
Okay, big 12.
Mary 12.
What did I roll again? Oh, I rolled a 12. Which means my boys are
Name
higher
Marion.
up. What about you, Etrigan?
I got a 13 and Meepo got a 4.
Okay.
Hmm.
And what about you, Uriken?
Get a 9.
Okay, which I think puts you right there. What were you again? 12? Yeah. Okay, so this rat goes first, and I'm essentially just going to leave this order because you guys are surprised this round. She turns around with like a smile on her face, like, hey, there's evocation! Ah! As this rat comes and leaps at you.
Bring it.
Ooh, what's your armor class?
15.
That is a miss. It, like, you see it sliding, and it just opens it. It's got these pink, beady, maybe mostly blind eyes. It's got mangy fur, and you can smell it. Like, as it comes, gust of wind of its stink nest behind it. And it leaps at you, and you just barely dodge out of the way as it snaps, and you hear... and you now hear the scratching of nails all around you. It is no longer a surprise round, but our friends, giant rats, have initiative.
Rats.
Multiple rats.
Beads.
Rats.
Oh.
Rats. Okay.
I'm going to give.
I was
this,
just
I'm
getting
going to
ready
give
to.
this player given inspiration to Marion for absolutely walking into danger, knowing that there was probably danger.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Are you gonna give one out too?
Yeah.
Who are you giving it to?
Who do you have one?
I have one.
She has one. She got one from me, which was like really generous of me.
So basically, I should
I
just
think.
take 3.
Yeah. I want to give this one to Spencer.
To young Spencer.
To young Spencer. Oh, I meant to give that
There
to
you
him.
go, Spencer.
The reason being He got his car towed this weekend.
He did get his
Sucks.
car. He needs some.
I needed that.
Well, I'm gonna give mine to Sean because he doesn't have one.
That's a good enough reason. That is.
There we go.
You know what?
You know?
If that's the reason, you can keep it.
Well, I'm gonna give it to
I will
him
wait.
because
Doesn't
he
want your
looks real
pity
cute with his shirt
inspiration.
unbuttoned.
That's a good reason.
Okay, cool. Weird. Just kidding. All right, this rat that kind of
Well, it's
slid
fine
across
when
the
an NPC
dirt
does it.
leaps at you again. It's not fine though. That's the thing we've established. It's 100% not fine. He leaps at you again. Oh, ooh,
What's that?
ooh.
What's that?
Oh, he got you for 4 points of
That's
damage.
half my health.
Is it really?
Yeah, we only got 8, my man.
Oh, okay. You turn and see it, and you're like, ah, and it just leaps, chomps into your side, and you see her eyes wide as blood appears all over the side of her gown. And then another one comes rushing out at you.
Do it. Do it.
I'm doing it.
Do it.
What's your armor class?
15.
That is a hit.
Cool. Roll a 1 this time.
Do you have a backup character?
7 damage.
She got that Healy boy on her.
And another one comes rushing out.
Uh-huh.
Aww.
And Lydia, we're going to see if he wants to chomp you or if he recognizes the threat behind you. We're going to give you a 50-50. Roll a d6. If it's odd, he's attacking you. It's not. He instead rushes up. You're there. Orpha, roll me a die. Low, high.
Whew. This is good.
He
This
rushes
is good.
over and attacks Yurikin.
I'm gonna throw up.
What's your armor class, Yurikin?
14.
That is a miss. You just you see it come scurrying, and you're like, oh, and you kind of stick out the end of your bow and kind of push into its shoulder, and it kicks back.
I mean,
Lydia.
that rat would have been like,
Make that same
Food.
roll. This one attacks you, Orpha. And misses. Orpha, you're ready. In fact, you see it coming and you time it just right.
kick
You
it.
plant a boot right in its little face. You feel its whiskers kind of dent in. Etrigan, your turn, sir.
Okay, for my interact, I'm going to push my mantle over so that I can have the light and see, because I've only been able to tell that rats were attacking, but now I can survey the situation.
Now you see the whole thing before you.
It's casting light for all to see.
Yeah. Oof. Okay. I'm actually gonna make sure that I'm here, and I'm going to, between my friends, whip.
Okay. Whip it good.
Green flame whip.
That is a hit, sir.
VP.
So this rat takes 6, and that rat takes 3.
Got it. The first rat, it right into its face, and you hear it squeal, and you can see that one of its eyes gets hit perfectly, and it pops out this big pink, and it's like, ah! And the other one's fur gets singed from the green flame that leaps over to it. Marion,
death
that
save.
would be one death save, my love.
My what?
My Leah.
My
Leah. Princess Leia.
It's better to have Leah.
Oh gosh. You
I'm leaving.
guys are a weird crew.
I'm Leah
I
V.
cannot read that.
What is that?
That's a 16.
That is one past death save.
Success. Those
Congrats.
rats are going to eat my eyeballs, though.
There's
There's no reason they wouldn't.
I'm gonna attack the rat right in front of me with my short sword.
Okay.
Don't do that.
So you had your bow in one hand, I
Keep
imagine. So you
dancing.
can hold that in your left
That's how
hand,
rats eat.
interact and draw the short sword
Pull
and
the short
attack.
sword out. Okay, yeah. That is a 12.
No, it's like
12 is a hit.
Okay,
Roll that damage,
Which is
please.
a
D6.
If I was a rat and I was eating an eyeball, I'd
that
be like,
is 4.
How do you kill this rat?
I'm gonna pull
Do
the
it.
short sword out and go
No.
right between the shoulder blades.
Yes. And you kind of skewer it and twist it as it's like, and it twitches a little bit.
Me and Yurikin got this thing going on where I string them up, he cuts them down.
Yes, I love it.
your
Anything else?
name reminds me of something. I can't put my finger
Like a
on
leather
what, though.
Yurikin, like
Yerkin.
Like some sort of like
Like a
Urinary
jerky, like a
disease.
type of jerky.
Yeah.
Orpha, you're up.
A Yurican dragon.
Oh my god. No! No!
I'm sorry.
All right.
I was coerced.
All right.
She started it.
I'm gonna throw a javelin at this
Ooh,
one.
nice. That will be disadvantage.
Why?
There's an enemy next to you. Ye old ranged issues, Malia.
Can I stab it with a javelin?
The one in front of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you could hold it and poke it.
Yeah, you're
How long's a
definitely
javelin?
like 4 feet.
Yeah, it's like a...
Yeah, can I just like be like
Absolutely. Yeah, you can stab it with your jabby.
stab it and stab and jab?
Just a stab and jab.
Jabby
right,
with my
Chad?
jabby.
All right.
I mean, it's essentially a
Why
spear at that
is
point.
anybody watching us?
Stabby
right
with your jabby, Malia.
Malia.
That is a hit, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
And the bard sings stabbing with the
8.
How do you stabby with your jabby?
Right in the middle.
Just right through the cranium.
Yes. Cool. So I get a thingy, right? Is that a strength?
You did
weapon?
not use
You
a...
used the javelin. You gotta use
It's gotta be
your-
a great weapon.
You gotta use a
Okay,
great
it just
weapon.
said a strength weapon.
Does it say strength weapon?
Let me just double check, but is it
I
javelin?
thought it was
strength?
two-handed. Javelin is strength, yes.
I just put my other
A
hand...
melee. It's a melee.
Any melee, huh? Just any old melee?
Critical hit with a melee weapon or reduce a creature to 0 hit points with 1. You can make 1 melee weapon
Works
attack
for me.
with a bony.
Yeah, you can run up here and bony my jabby.
Bony Malia. And I'll take the same jabby and stab it.
Okay.
Stab and jab.
Yeah, just stab and jab. You run up and stab.
That's a crit. Malia?
This crit brought to you by Red Vines. Disclaimer.
So I get to
Brought
hit
you.
2. I get to roll 2 damage,
Yes,
right?
you do.
So that's gonna be 4 plus 3, and then I add the 3 to this too.
No.
No.
Yeah, Scorpion, it's thrown, but you can stick with it too. We're just treating it like a spear. You know, it's a thrown weapon, but thrown is optional, kind of like the hand axe. You can still poke with it.
8.
She can stab
Unless
you with
it's-
a jabby.
Adam is saying it's got to be a heavy weapon. But you said it said melee.
And beyond.
I think the weapon. I think it's called.
I do think it says when using a great weapon is the first sentence. Is that true or not true?
What's it called? What's the name of the thing?
Great weapon master.
Master.
Let's just read it real quick.
What did I get on me?
Blood from your
Let's
enemies.
read Great Weapon Master real quick, live on stream. You've learned to put the weight of weapon in your advantage on its momentum. You gain following benefits. On your turn, when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, or reduce, you can make a 1 melee weapon attack as a bonus action. It doesn't say anything about
Fucking
two-handed.
Is a javelin a melee weapon?
Before, yeah, because the other ability it gives you does require a heavy weapon. The other ability is you can take a -5 to your hit roll to do plus
That's
10.
what it is.
That specifically says heavy weapon. So you are in the right. You are good to go.
Okay,
We
but
all
now-
believed you, and now we convinced you too, Adam. I see you, nerdy Viking. I see you.
So now,
And I love you.
1d6 plus 3, do I add the 3 to both?
Just
D6s
once.
or just 1?
You'll see.
Just one. Just
Okay,
the overall.
so 7, 8.
8 damage.
Mhm.
How do you kill this one?
Just stab and jab.
Alright, you guys just see Orpha being a murder machine. She stabs the first one in the brain and has to put her boot on as she's stepping forward and pulls it out, runs towards this one, picks up the javelin, and just does the exact same thing. It kind of rears up, and she hits. You hear the chipping of its front teeth, and its teeth kind of explode out, and it sticks out the back of its neck, and she kind of holds it there as
And
it
I'm
squeals.
gonna, while I do that, I'm gonna like look at that one and let out just like a grunt as I like pull the javelin out of its
All right.
like friend.
Love it. You all now see Meepo come rushing forward, and he goes, "Ah!" and he has a sling, and he whirls it over his head and looses it as a rock comes speeding towards this.
Did it? I think hit. And let me. Okay. 5 damage.
Okay, it just clunks it right in the face. You just see blood kind of start pouring down the side of its face. And on its turn, it tries to run away. Orpha, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Shit, yeah.
You miss. And it
Ouch.
runs in here and starts squealing.
That's fine.
Etrigan, your turn.
We have so many cans, I got confused.
Etrigan, Marion, Yurgen, Orphican.
Malikan.
I'm going to use my action to try to stabilize her.
Okay, roll a medicine check, please, sir.
+0, so yeah.
You're like,
You have an in-speed.
Yeah,
You could have just taken out her. I mean,
you stabilize her. In fact, you're just like, let's see. Okay, I think you've maybe picked up some here or there just through your travels. You at least find the wound that's kind of pouring blood. Put some fresh bandages there. Seems to get her nice
The
and
little
stable.
face that Beyond gives you when you're dead is really funny.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Marion, unfortunately, you get no turn, but you are at least stable, so you're not dying.
Thanks.
Yurikin!
Look at me, I'm the hero now.
I'm dying and
Let's
coming
see.
back
So
to
I'm
the
gonna
forest.
try and see how far can I go. So is it double like past people?
It is, although you
Okay.
could actually... Technically, it's supposed to count even when they're prone, so yeah, you'll have to pay double for at least
Okay.
one of those squares.
So I can go what 5, 10,
15,
25,
20, yeah, 25,
30,
35.
Yeah, I'll go up to there.
And you can see it. It's in this
Just
nasty
snort you,
looking
your essence.
nest, and it's just it's got its mouth open.
I'm gonna see if I can actually. Ooh, let's see. Could I have gone here
Yeah.
too? Can I like close that door and like just lock it?
100%.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna close the
You
door.
it's an
Just-
iron. In
Yeah.
fact, it's got bars, and you're able to just kind of pull it shut. You reach inside and kind of find. Actually, it would require a key to lock.
Okay.
I think you're able to kind of pull it shut and just kind of hold it there.
Okay,
That's tight.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
Orpha.
he locked the thing inside.
He didn't lock it. It is a jail
Just
cell,
kinda- yeah.
right?
Right. Isn't it?
Lydia.
I mean, if it's locked in there, you sure you don't want Orpha to kill it?
You can kill it.
I mean,
this
it's
door's not gonna
bars,
stay
right?
closed.
It's bars.
It's just straight up.
In fact,
classic jail
Orpha,
cell.
he holds it shut, and you're able to kind of take your javelin and just fling it through the bars. It just kind of falls down dead. You look around, and you can see that there are kind of nests in each one of these giant rat nests. And you do see some shiny little coins in one. And as you poke around, you find some stuff. You find 42 gold pieces in total. You also
Who's looking
find,
for the pieces?
well, that's if you're poking around in it. Maybe you guys don't poke around in it. You tell me.
We will, but first I'm gonna take your healing potion and just
Dump it down your throat.
yeah, just dump it down your throat.
You don't know where I was hiding it.
I
He-
cannot.
he does
do
a
it if
thorough
that's the case.
search.
Okay.
He probably would, knowing you have it. You get 5 health back, so over half.
Yeah, thanks. Just over
Yeah,
half.
you kind of snap awake. You can still feel blood, but now it's cold, so it's like just this wet, sickly feeling that's kind of pooled beneath
Oops.
you. You look up and you can see Etrigan kind of standing over you with the empty vial.
Oh, thank you. I was not expecting that.
No, I can tell.
Maybe I should be more careful.
Probably.
I'm sorry, this is my first time being out.
He'll be helping you up and be like, it's okay. But no, it's a dangerous world out there.
I can see.
Maybe instinctively touch his own scars that are underneath his clothes that are just massive.
Love it.
And then yes, search.
Okay, so yeah, you find 42 gold pieces. It's in gems and stuff. We just simplify it into gold. It's the equivalent of 42 gold. Let's make it 44 gold. Let's make it easy. Everyone gets 11 gold, assuming you split it equitably.
Yes.
Try to grab a pencil. Is there one?
It's right.
There
It's
you go.
behind the wall,
Oh,
so you
okay.
have to go outside.
Yeah, it's
the
outside the
courtyard.
courtyard. You have to go back inside to
Did you
cast
say
it.
11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, everybody, because you're all looking around, everybody roll me perception. If you beat a 15, tell me.
I definitely beat a 15.
Yes,
I did too.
Okay. The three of you notice. Orpha's too busy, wiping down the javelin of rat cranium juices and blood. You all see lots of footprints in the dust that has settled kind of everywhere. And as you look around, you can see there's tons of rat footprints, but you also see humanoid footprints that look booted, which the goblins and the kobolds you have seen thus far don't appear to be booted. And you do
How
see them.
fresh do they look?
Great question. They look older than the rats by a good bit. A couple of weeks, probably. You can see they head back towards that door.
I would probably start marching that way and then stop and be like, maybe I'll wait.
Now, as you enter this room, you also see some other things as you're investigating. You can clearly see that there were 2 pit traps that have been triggered.
I would have walked right into that.
They've been triggered, and there are stakes that have been put in, pythons, to hold them shut. And it's clear that you can see that they would, click open and fall down a pit similar to what you ran into outside.
So are they open? Can I see if someone fell into them?
They are open, and you can kind of push forward and see there's nobody in there. It looks like these were put there to keep them from resetting.
Oh.
The cobblestone floor contains the 2 trapdoors that you see. They're blocked open by iron spikes, pythons. And then, of course, you see this fountain with the exact same... not exactly the same. It looks like it's carved differently, but meant to resemble the other one. It's this diving dragon, wings folded behind it, mouth agape, just like the other one. The fountain is empty, just like the other one.
How did we get the other fountain to flow?
He spoke the words.
I can see if there's any draconic written. These pit traps, though. It's experienced adventurers to be able to disarm those. Might be who we're looking for. Climb in the fountain.
Okay.
And investigate.
You find in exactly the same spot. Draconic, written kind of on the underside jaw of the dragon, carved nicely. It's like a really nice text, clearly hand done. You kind of blow out the dust. This one translates to "Let there be death."
I'll get down and I guess sit on the edge. I'm assuming there's a stone.
Yeah, yeah, it's about 2.5 feet tall.
I'll sit down. I wouldn't risk saying the words out loud, but I'm not positive that they should be spoken.
Could you write them in the dust or something? So we all know what's going on too.
Be ready, just in case. And I guess I'll write in common.
Okay,
The exact phrase.
You guys see
the dust.
in the dust, "Let there be death." Meepo's like, "Let them." Meepo.
I'll put his jaw shut. Next time, fucking listen.
What do you all do?
You do not want to say it?
I don't know what could happen if we trigger it.
I don't know what'll happen if you could miss something great.
It's true.
What's the worst that could
That
happen?
is the death.
Death.
The other one said death.
No, the other one said, "Oh, you're talking about the door."
No,
That one said fire. This one says
that one said something about holding back the dead.
rebuke the dead.
Rebuke the dead. This is the dead. Huh?
Why don't we go through the door and then we can decide.
I'm
on
gonna
the
scream
way.
out, let that. No, I'm just kidding.
You can do it if that's
Nope.
what you want.
I'm gonna use
Hell
my
no.
mage hand and say it.
With your mage hand is gonna
I'm
sign
sure.
it.
I'm just kidding.
To Meryl Streep it.
Mage hand's gonna be like,
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
What do you all do? Tell me.
if one of you wants to speak it, that's fine. I will
No,
stand back.
no.
Take cover.
I kind of want to, but I won't.
You, I do not trust.
That's probably fine. You probably shouldn't.
You walk without looking.
I don't know what I am doing.
Well, let's hope we all live long enough to figure out what we're doing. And I'll go up to the door and listen.
Roll a perception check.
Why'd you say it like that?
I-
Perception check.
Weird.
I got a 13.
Okay. 13. You do hear rustling. You
Rustling.
hear movement, and it's kind of sporadic, just like.
I'll slowly push myself back to them. I hear rustling beyond the door. Somewhat can't distinguish it. Could be more rats, could be something else.
You would think that they would have heard the rats shrieking in here.
True.
Open it. Eh?
Yes.
Do you want to have your servant do it?
No.
No.
I serve instead.
I'll kick it open.
You see Orpha striding towards the door. Where are the rest of you as this occurs?
Bye, y'all. I'm about to die.
Yeah, should be fine.
Well, if you are here,
I'll be right behind.
you're akin strong.
What was that?
What was that?
I don't know. Someone's in the house. Then who was found?
The what?
You're in the fountain?
Well,
Mm.
no, I guess not.
You're in the pit trap, okay.
I just. Yeah, Meepo just.
Okay. So, Orpha, you walk forward. You kick the door open. It's easy. Wooden door, not secured by anything.
Maisie.
And as you kick it, door kind of shatters open. One of the hinges breaks. Clink, 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 clink. And it kind of hangs and scrapes on the other side. And an oppressive smell. All of you retch a little instinctively. All around, you see chewed carcasses of cave rats. Smaller vermin. You actually see a giant spider. Legs wrapped in, a couple bits of it missing, and you see some guts kind of spilling out from its swollen abdomen. You also see a few humanoid-looking bodies that look severely mutilated.
Mm.
The bodies lie upon a floor of filth, old bones, hair, fur, bits of armor that combine to make a particularly large and vile nest. But as the door kicks open, you hear squeaking. And you see these football-sized pinky rats suckling on this huge rat, dog-sized. It's patched with fur. It's all this matted fur, and you can see green pustules pushing up out of the fur all over the place. You also see 3 other giant rats that are kind of sniffing around and kind of perk up as you enter. Let's all roll initiative, because Mama Rat's up in here.
I don't want to kill a mama rat.
Mama rat gonna kill me.
You don't kill Mama Rat kill you.
Big Mama Rat.
Mama rat.
Mama Rat. God, why are y'all so weird? And not me, though.
You have a weird freaky arm.
Stop making fun of my weird T-Rex arm.
You have a weird freaky arm.
Yeah, well, you got a weird freaky arm, Mama
Oh,
said.
man, you can't use Luska up in there for that.
Oh, it's Luska. She's Luska-sized. It's just slurping at Mama's diseased rat teats.
I don't like it.
Diseased rat teeth.
Hashtag diseased rat teeth.
Okay, here you go. Here's Mama. Oh! And here's the babies. Oh man, I'm loving this so far. Okay, let's go around the board. Let's see. Does anyone beat a 22? Because that's Mama.
I equaled it.
You do? Okay, I'll let you go first. That's a rule that I think Grant uses.
Twinkie.
Alright, Etrigan is first, then Mama, then then Orpha, then the babies.
Put me
I
at the
think.
mama.
Where are you at, Lydia?
I'm at the end. I'm in 10.
What about you,
I'm
Yurikin?
at 15.
You're 15, and you're there. What about Meepo?
14.
Aw,
God damn.
adorbs. Etrigan, you're up first.
I can't watch.
You know what? For the first time, I am casting a non-cantrip. I'm casting a spell.
Nice.
I'm gonna point my hand at Momo.
Mama.
Okay, what do you do to Momo? You broke Lydia again.
And I'm going to look seriously, and bits of force are just gonna come out of my hand that are like magic missiles.
Nice.
Magic.
It's 3 at level 1, right?
Yes, it is.
All y'all are so funny tonight.
Great. So 8 damage to Momo.
Okay,
Mama.
Mama takes 8, and some of them slam in, and when they do, it's like her fur parts, and you can see pink exposed skin underneath, and the fur kind of burns off. One of them hits one of the green pustules, and it pops, and you kind of see it like running down her side. She squeals, and the babies kind of scatter into the under nastiness, and she leaps to her feet.
Cool. Love how y'all can just attack behind me.
She comes rushing you, Orpha. Moma comes rushing at you, and her teeth are so long, you can see that she's got sores around her mouth as they sort of like cut her lips open. And you're like, nope, nope, nope! And just, you stick your foot out, and she kind of like gnaws on your boot a little bit, and you kind of shake it, and she kind of gets thrown back. Orpha, your turn.
Cool. I am going to... Oh, no, wait. I lost my last javelin when I threw it at the other one, and I didn't take another one out. Because remember, I threw it through the...
Yeah, you would have got it.
So-
you would have picked it back up.
Like, through the thing that he...
It wasn't.
He didn't
it wasn't
lock it. You
locked.
didn't
It
have the
was
key.
Oh, okay.
He was holding it shut.
Oh, I was assuming
you
I
would've-
just left it in there.
Nah, you would have
I've
got
got
it
3
back.
more.
Yeah, you got it back.
Okay, so then I'm just going to try and stab her with a javelin that I have in my hand.
Stabby with the Javi. How come you're not using your axe?
Because I didn't want to... That's what I was saying. I probably would have left it in there and taken my axe out.
You had plenty of time, so you
Okay.
could have put it away.
Okay, I
You could
didn't know
still
if I had
have
to
it.
state that I had done
No,
that.
not when you've got like.
I don't
time
want
in
to
between.
cheat on
No, I
accident.
appreciate it. You're good.
Like Lydia does. I'm just kidding. Like Mama does.
Don't you make fun of Mama.
Okay. How do I even play this game?
What are we playing?
You're
9
attacking
plus
Mama.
5.
14.
Yeah.
That hits Mama.
Sorry, Mama. Six.
Okay.
How do you
You just slice into Mama's back, and her skin kind of splays open, and it's like a flap that's now hanging down, and you can see white little wriggling worms in the meat that you've exposed.
I don't like it.
These rats squeal and approach you. The first one comes leaping at you, navigating Mama's hanging meat flaps. It does get you for 7 damage.
Okay.
How you doing there? This one comes racing around as well. Gets you
Bye.
for 3 damage.
Oh, I'm down.
All right. You all see Orpha.
Party wipe.
This one can't actually get through.
Ow.
Yikes. Young Spencer.
Young
Let's see.
Spencer.
Why did no one decide to take any healing spells?
I was
Nobody
like,
wanted to be a healer this
because
time.
every time I
No
try
one ever wants to be a healer except for this one usually.
and
but
everyone gives me shit about it, so I didn't do it this time.
Y'all reap
Why
what you
would it-
sowed. What
That's
you've sowed.
Oh.
we had a healing
Lydia's
potion.
gonna be a Cleric again.
In fact, we still have one healing potion.
Spencer, what you got, my dude?
Let's see.
You are adjacent to Mama.
Okay.
Mama.
Someone just kill me so I can come back as a cleric.
If
That's
I
all
were
know.
to like kind of pull Orpha back a little bit, would that be like a full action or?
They get an attack
great
of opportunity.
question. They would get an attack of opportunity on him.
Oh, okay.
But you could do that. Because that's essentially a shove action, or
Okay.
you would grapple her
I'm
for
heavy.
free, and then you could move half your move away. You could pull her out.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do that.
Okay, Mama will get an attack on you.
Okay.
Actually, you're not adjacent to multiple, because that door really isn't adjacency.
Is she a rogue or something?
Mama does get you.
Ooh.
And you take 4 points of damage,
All right.
and then you can move her 3 squares away.
All right. I'll do that. I'll move her back. Was that one? Back to like there.
Yeah.
So then I'm back there too.
Yes, sir. Meepo, on his turn, pops the cork in his wine. And then he takes his sling, flings it at Mama. If you would make a sling attack, please, sir.
That's a 13.
Fortunately, that does miss, just because he's firing through allies. You see, like, the rock just splinters on the stone door frame. Marion.
Is it an action to drink the,
Bonus action.
Okay, so I'm gonna drink my fire potion. And I'm gonna walk it.
It's a bonus action to breathe it as well.
So
that's why it's a
you
little
would maybe
bit...
not want
That's
to.
why Meepo took a sip, but it's next turn before he's going to get to use it.
But I can still cast the spell.
You can
Yes.
still cast a spell, yes.
Okay. And now I'm adjacent to her.
If that's where you're moving, yes.
Whatever,
Moving
yeah.
up to Mama?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to do a shocking grasp.
Cool. On Mama?
Yeah.
Shocker.
I didn't
Do you
shock
have
her.
a NP boy?
I do.
Just giving Mama the shocker. Shocking grasp.
Let me try
I
a
mean-
different one.
What?
You're trying, and I mean, honestly, it's the stench. You're just like, and you can see the little worms wriggling, hanging out of her skin. Etrigan.
Okay. I don't think he feels good having you right there in the way, knowing you've been pretty hurt.
We didn't. Never mind.
I'm gonna try to green flame whip Mama.
Okay.
I think I've got her with a.
That is, in fact, a hit.
So here is the damage on her. She takes 5 damage.
How's this old mangy infested
fuck
Mama
yeah.
die?
He's going to come up next and do a kind of a flourish and have it wrap around Mama's neck, and as the flames heat up, pull off the head and have the flame 3 damage hit the next one.
Her gross head hits the ground. Her tongue's kind of hanging
It's almost
out.
like where you cut a tree. You know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like he's
All right, and we'll say this one
that
takes
that
3.
one takes 3.
Okay, awesome. Orpha, death save, please. 1 failed death save. Okay. This rat races forward, seeing delicious elf meat.
Elf meat should be your
Attacks
next
the elf
license
meat.
plate.
Gets ya.
Tight.
It's gonna get you.
Elf meat.
Elf meat gonna get ya.
That is gonna be my new license plate.
Elf
4
meat.
damage, elf meat. Then the one in the corner
We
also
need
takes a
t-shirt.
bite. Gets ya. For 4 more damage.
Dead.
TPK.
Elf meat hits the ground. This guy,
He's gonna eat elf meat. Who wouldn't?
well, he's still standing, so he might be more inclined, so we're gonna do the same deal.
Okay.
Roll a die. If it's odd, he's biting elf meat.
Ah!
He bites some elf meat. And he definitely gets you. That is 2 failed death saves, I'm afraid, my dear. Yurikin, your turn.
Oh gosh. I guess I'll fire on the rats that are still alive.
Oh man, did I just waste all that fire breath? Is it burning inside of me?
You didn't drink? I thought you... Oh, you did drink it.
You did.
Yeah, it's not gone. It's not like a spell. It's still there.
It's
If you're able
still
to...
injected it.
If you're able to bring it back.
You'll fart it a little bit.
That is a 14.
Yeah, you've got a clear shot. Yes, that is a hit on the middle one.
Alright.
Freezing.
Really?
You crazy.
I'm comfortable.
That is 5.
Freezing
on the middle
and
one.
freezing.
So we've got 3, 5, 0. Meepo, in his moment, sees what's happening, rushes to stand near Elfmeat.
He could just stand here and move off.
You
right?
can't really stand
Okay.
on prone people, not officially, not by the rules.
Well, then
He doesn't take
He'll-
up like half space. Remember? We figured out kobolds take up half space.
they're not tiny.
Oh.
No, they're not tiny. Yeah, he's not going to get to do that, unfortunately. He does move there and just... And this is a bonus action, so he moves up and breathes it, and here are the saves for the 2 closest to me. One passes, the middle one passes.
That's 15 damage.
You all smell burning fur. And Meepo's just like... Ah! And then he draws his little short sword, steps in, and attacks this one. Oh, sorry. No, we'll take yours. He got a hit. Roll it. D6.
That is. Oh, I guess you gave him a short sword. Okay, that's 8 damage.
Meepo runs over the burning carcasses, grabs a tuft of this one's fur, takes his short sword, lines it up, sticks it right in its eye. Just you hear bone cracking as he sticks it. Then he pulls it out, sticks it again, pulls it out. It's clearly dead. Stabs it a few more times, and then he's like. Meepo, do good! Meepo, do it! Breathes fire again. We are still in initiative.
Well done, Meepo. Help me stabilize her.
Marion. With that, Marion bleeds out and is dead.
Good night.
Etrigan.
I'll, I suppose, see him be like... And I'll head over and try to stabilize. No.
Not quite. Orpha, death save, please.
Don't use that one.
Got away from me.
Failed death save number 2. Spencer.
Alright, I'm gonna use my last health potion, or the last health potion on Orpha.
Okay. You dump a health potion in Orpha's mouth.
It's an extra
Roll it.
4
So it's 2d4s.
plus 2.
That is...
Orpha, you take 7 hit points.
Thank you, little friend.
You all rise to your feet. Can see that your ally is no more. Marion has perished. But, as you investigate the room, you find a body.
A scroll of Revivify.
Not quite, I'm afraid. You do, however, find a couple of things. You find the gear that clearly belongs to a ranger. 5 daggers, a longbow, a backpack with a water skin, rations, seem to be elvish perhaps, kind of expired now. Bedroll, tinderbox, torches, if you want any of these things, say so. You also find a potion of healing and 15 gold pieces. You also find a ring around his finger. It's not the signet ring, and it seems to be quite ordinary, but it does have his name carved inside it. And it was Caracas, which was one of the adventurers, as you recall. With that, it's 11-10. We've lost a hero. We're going to level up to 2. And I think we're going to call it there for the night, unless you guys want to keep going. I'm down to keep going, but
I'll
we
just
will
sit
need
here
to.
and make my character.
We will need to
if you
take a
guys wanna
break.
go.
Yeah, we'll
to
take
let
a
it-
quick
Okay, all right, then
break.
let's keep going.
I'm
I'm
trying
good
to
to go.
keep going.
All right, great. We're going to take a 10-minute break. Lydia's going to work on her new character.
What should I be?
Don't be a cleric. Do not be a cleric. Just on principle.
Don't let her pressure you.
Just
into it.
Don't do
on
it.
principle. Be anything but a cleric.
Be a cleric.
We'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back to Castle Mac, where one of us just recently lost a character.
And it's storming outside.
I'm sorry, honey. I love you.
We did walk out after that death, and it is a incredible storm outside.
There's a sweet storm going on right now. So, here you are. You have found the body of one of the adventurers. Unfortunately, it is neither of the ones you were looking for. You have found a healing potion in his belongings, some arrows, some daggers that could potentially be useful. All that's left in this wing of the dungeon is the intricately carved dragon door that said, "Rebuke death, and then enter."
Huh.
What will the remaining members of the party do? And what do you do with her body?
I'm going to take her cloak that's ever-changing, looking like the night sky, and I'll wrap her in it.
Wait. You elf. What is it you do for your dead?
Well, Spencer doesn't know, but I assume Yurikin
You
would.
can make it up.
You can make it up.
Alright.
Go for it.
If we must bury our friend, you must do it right by her.
The body's not important. Her spirit comes back. We have no burial rituals. We can leave her here.
Very well. Still wrap her in it. Cover.
Meepo looks pretty sad about it. He kind of kneels down and he's looking at her. Meepo, sorry.
Reach out a hand and pat his back. Thank you, Meepo. And then think down to her. I'm sorry that you lost your way here.
Meepo, you fought very bravely. I think she would maybe want you to have her gold.
Meepo puffs out his chest. Doesn't think twice about it. It's like, Meepo think that very nice gesture. Grabs her gold pouch and dutifully kind of ties it on his waist.
I think we each got 5 more gold, by the way, from that.
Yep.
From that haul.
Someone better take my fire juice.
You drank it.
Yeah,
I only
you
had
did-
one.
Oh, because you made it in your water skin, right? Yeah.
Didn't think I was gonna need all that water.
Then yeah, I'd be like, Orpho, perhaps you take the extra fire breath. You're typically out front.
That's good.
Okay, or fatigue.
I'll hold on to this healing potion. I'm typically a little behind you two. I can try to keep an eye.
I think I'd still walk over and say, like, in Elvish that, like, I hope we meet again in your next life.
Nice. You get an inspiration for that one, Spencer.
Thanks.
Oh, you already got one?
I already got
you
one.
can't have doubles. Sorry. It sucks.
Should have used it.
Yeah, that really sucks. That's a DM.
Perhaps we'll go check the other door then. I've also got this ring, just to show that this ranger was. We found him.
Good.
Okay.
Let's keep moving.
Guess we'll go check back at the other
Go
door.
back to that door, huh? Well, it's as you left it. Cold to the touch. Skeletal dragons rampant. Orpha, you investigated a little bit. You could probably force it open. Otherwise, all you know is Marion said it was magical.
I could kick it in.
Perhaps we leave it for now. Come back later. We still have the wormling to find. Still goblins to deal with. But I'm open to suggestions. It's not that I'm not curious. I desperately want to open this door, but
Magic makes me nervous. I don't know what that magic seal that Marion talked about is.
neither do I.
We should return to the task at hand. Find the rest of the goblins. come back to the door later.
Okay.
All right. Let's push on. We will
Heading back to the other map screen. All right.
Sorry, back. Yeah.
You were pretty.
And you all are in this room here, where there is a door here and a door there.
I suppose we know there's something back this way. We'll check this one.
Check that door.
Lydia, do you need MacBook power?
Give it up. Okay. I'll give it a listen.
Sorry, which door? Ah, that door.
I got a 16 on my perception, giving it a little
All
listen
right.
there.
You don't hear anything. Not a thing. No movement. Nothing.
Okay, but what does a 6 tell us?
On a 6, you definitely hear goblins in there.
I'll step back. I don't hear a single thing.
So we open it. I'll open it. I'll go first on this one. I'll push it open kind of slowly. I'm not gonna just slam it open.
Right. You slide the door open. It's a circular pillar.
Is that a circle?
Kind of looks like a football, I know. Regular old crates and barrels. A sack. Also, a cage. Which would be a convenient place for Lydia's new character to be, but not today. Squalor reigns in this low-ceilinged room. A large iron spike is driven into the center of the floor, and a small iron cage is set farther back. Several sets of corroded manacles are connected to the walls, and some still bind a few crumbling skeletons. Tethered to that big spike in the center of the room, 3 bodies of kobolds. They've been bound, and they all appear to be dead. And Meepo kind of looks at it, and he's just like, Meepo knew them?
Oh, I don't know. Almost instinctively, maybe not thinking about it, put my hand down and rub it over his helmet. I am sorry.
Meepo's like, Meepo hate goblin. Meepo killed all goblin. For my friends, and for yours. Meepo kill all of them.
I don't doubt that, Meepo. I think you'd press in to investigate the room a little bit, though.
You see that the manacles all look like they could be removed from the chains. You find a set of keys hanging that seem to open the manacles.
Okay.
Besides that, there's not much else. You do see some tattered clothes in that iron cage, and a little bit of blood. Looks like someone was kind of tortured in that cage, but you don't see any bodies there.
Nothing here.
Appears empty to me.
Okay, we move on.
Alright, next door then.
This door?
We went through that, so I think we'd go back through here and then hit this door.
Wait, what was on the other side of that door? Did we go through that door?
Did we go through that door?
Which one?
This
No.
one.
Oh.
You have not.
Oh, might be. Alright, then
Let's go through that door.
go through that door.
You haven't.
You cheated. Okay. You open this.
I know this isn't a kobold and it's actually like a goblin, but it's just like the cutest little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maisie is really not down with this storm, you
She
guys.
is scared. Sweet
nervous.
Maisie.
Don't worry, Maisie. It's not gonna get you. You see another door here. That is what you see. It's kind of just a low hallway. Come here, girl. You're all right. You're all right.
Alright. I guess we head in.
Okay.
Push forward.
Who opened the door? You opened the
Which
door?
way?
Probably like this. I guess we'll all push into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sean.
Mhm.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I'm gonna see who else dies tonight.
Yeah, that was an 8.
Okay. You take 1 point of falling damage as you step here, and it's a pit that's underneath a slightly raised catwalk that is stone. As you fall, you can clearly see it. You drop 10 feet down, smack into the bottom. Take 1 point of damage. And essentially, this is a tiny little catwalk that you could walk on.
Alright, I'll hit hard. Push up. Well, there's a catwalk down here that we can walk on.
Orpha, make a perception check.
If it has to do with that trap thing.
It's not the trappy.
Okay.
Not the trappy boy.
9.
Okay, you're watching him and you're like, oh my god. And as he is in the middle of saying that, that door flings open. I need everyone to roll first. We're going to see if you're surprised. Because you guys are kind of on edge. So I'm going to let everybody make a perception check. Sean, you're not, because you're just down in the pit. You have no idea what's going on. You just hit the ground. You're going to be surprised this round. Everyone else, if you can beat a 10 on your perception, you will not be surprised. Otherwise, it's going to be a surprise round.
That is right. What? That does beat a 10. So,
Cool.
proficiency is for
wait,
the
what
ones
are
that
we
have the
rolling?
dots, right?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I do beat a 10.
And can you roll for Meepo?
Oh, yeah.
Here, let me roll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can play. You can play little baby
Meepo.
Meepo.
Oh,
Sweet
cool.
baby Meepo. Looks like Meepo's surprised. Orpha and Yurikin are not surprised. Etrigan and Meepo will be surprised. Let's roll some initiative now.
I don't want to play me. I don't want to play Meepo
What? Why not?
because I'm making a character.
Okay. Oh, hi, Mark.
I'm making Mark the kobold.
It could be a kobold.
Ah. Excuse me, right then.
I forget.
There's Puppy.
Yep, she hears all the thunder outside and is really not down with that. Seems to be another goblin little hideout area here. Okay. So, let's roll some initiative. Did I roll theirs? Yeah, I did. So, Orpha, where are you at?
10.
Big 10. Okay. You guys are at 13. Sean, where are you?
I am a 22.
Ooh. And what about Meepo?
10.
You were 10?
Yes.
Okay. And
8.
Yurikin. Okay, cool. So, Sean, you will be surprised this round, and you're at the bottom of a 10-foot pit. These goblins loose some arrows upon you. 2 arrows come flinging at you, Orpha. Armor class, please.
14.
Ooh, they both get you.
Okay.
Oh, you guys could have taken a short rest in that rat room if you wanted to. You don't have to. You do have only 2 to burn. But I will retroactively let you take a short rest if you'd like.
I feel like it would have made sense, especially after Marianne died. We
Yeah,
would've
while
kinda
we were,
stuck around
like-
for a little
Yeah.
while.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
well-
Apply your short rest. Did you even have a hit die left? Oh, because
With
you would have
our,
got one up
yeah.
at level 2, yep. Okay, so go ahead and roll your hit die. And let's see how much of it I can take away.
Which one's a hit die?
It's going to be your D10.
Okay.
So you'll have
okay.
2 of them now.
Cool.
11 damage, Orpha.
So that is a 10. Right. So I'm back to full.
What's a... Never mind.
And Orpha, this one rushes you in the door. Swings his little hand axe at you. Gets ya. Yikes! For 6 more.
Okay.
How you doing there, Orpha? Whoa! What was that? Flipping out here! Orpha, it is your turn.
Alright, the one right in front of me, I'm going to swing my axe at.
Okay.
12 plus 5.
That is a hit.
Eight.
You cleave him just right down the middle. Blood and bones spray everywhere.
So then I'm definitely gonna use my movement. And
just
go
rush
forward.
in. That is a definite hit.
10.
Orpha OP. In fact, the first one, you cleave him, and as you raise it, his blood sprays the other one that just looks wide-eyed as you just step in the room. One-handed with the axe, chop him in half as
I'm
well.
gonna do that grunt thing that I do again.
Oh, yeah. His top half slides down, you grunt, and the other one is just like... Meepo was surprised. Yuriken.
I'm gonna step forward into the doorway and fire my bow at the remaining goblin.
Okay. That is a hit, sir.
Alright. So,
I'm gonna do a
that is
celestial
7.
He's looking nervous at Orpha, and you're just right through both cheeks, and his head kind of sticks to the stone wall, and he is dead.
Good stuff.
You're out of initiative.
Is everybody alright?
Orpha, you're able to lower a rope and help.
Actually, I'll just have you just put your hand out, and I'm gonna whip. Not hard.
Yeah, I gotcha. You hit her with your green flame blade?
Yeah, definitely. If I can drop her.
Alright, you help pull him up and out. You guys are just battered and bloody.
Are you okay, Etrigan?
I'm alright. You have looked better. Take this healing potion.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Thank you. Heal me 2d4.
Mm-hmm. Plus 2.
That's 1. So it's 5, 6, 7.
So I suppose we need to go around to get to this other door. Right, because
there's like a catwalk there in the middle. That was kind of the stone is
I see.
supported.
I fell beyond the catwalk.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But you can walk over.
The two sides kind of
I see.
flipped open.
Should we head across here or head around? Up to you.
I think so. I think we should head around, because if we go through the catwalk, we'll be one behind the other. I think if we go around to the other door, we'll have a little more space.
Sounds like astute planning.
That sounds like great fun.
So yeah, we will.
One smarty boy.
I guess who opens the door?
I'll do it.
Orph was very excited about it from the door. Just like, oh, alright.
Mmm.
Well, I'll read it. Alright. In this room, mounted and stuffed animal heads adorn all of the walls. The mounting job is sloppy, and the assortment of heads includes cattle, rats, and other not particularly impressive specimens. There's a horse. There's a kobold head. A few grisly trophies share the walls with the animals, including more kobold heads, kobold tails, kobold claws, smashed and broken cabinets, and small tables litter the entire periphery of the room. Mute victims of some sort of rampage. A rusted iron spike stands in the center of the room, trailing a broken chain that disappears behind a collapsed table. Thin patches of frost coat sections of the walls, floor, and debris. And as the door opens, the chain and Meepo's like, Calcrix! And a wormling dragon sticks its head up from behind the table and makes like it's gonna attack. Initiative, please, everybody. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to use a gator. I don't have a wormling. I don't have a wormling. Alrighty. Well, let's get some initiatives.
14.
Orpha. 14. Etrigan.
I got an 18.
18.
Meepo got a 16. He is excited to see Calcrix.
And Urican?
I got a 5.
Okay. Calcrix goes first. Going to roll for a recharge. You see Calcrix like try to breathe, can't, rushes forward, chain dragging behind her, just barely able to get into clawing range, and just tries to claw at you. The chain is kind of restraining her, but she's still got plenty of reach with that.
Okay. Okay.
Ye old
Yeah.
20. Well, it's gonna be 10 points of damage, Orpha.
Okay.
Plus 1 cold damage. Just slashes across you and you see frost kind of form. And with that, Etrigan.
This is so rare that this would come up with this. I get double my proficiency bonus on charisma checks with dragons. So,
Tight.
I am going to use my interact to pull out some rations.
Make
Actually, that
an
would be
insight
that.
check.
An insight check. That's a 17.
Okay. You can tell that this is a white dragon, which you know are the most animalistic and most difficult thus to communicate with, and it looks pretty enraged. So I'll give you a chance, but you know this thing is on a rampage.
I think I'm still gonna try to persuade it, not necessarily speaking to it like, hey, don't, but just like, I'm gonna attempt to, get down, and I think unknowingly, cold breath is coming out, and I'm gonna just in Draconic be like, Calcrix,
Tight.
knock the door.
Roll animal handling. I'll give you advantage on it. I'm gonna need to see a 20. Not a natural 20, but you beat a 20.
Word. Maybe I won't do that, because I would only get it on the charisma checks, so.
Oh, okay. Well,
I got you. I will.
we can do that. Roll me persuasion.
It would have just been that.
We'll give you persuasion.
That's what I was aiming for, but otherwise I'd do something. I'd still do animal.
I'll still give you advantage on it. You're speaking its language. You've got food for it.
All right, so I get double my proficiency bonus, which is gonna be.
Man, that's thunder goodness.
Well, that's gonna be 5 because I didn't. There we go. Yeah. I got it.
All right, you're just holding out the rations, and it's like, and it bucks against the chains, like smashes a little bit. You see frost kind of start to build up in its throat, and then it kind of, and you kind of lean forward, holding out your hand, and you can hear Meepo beside you. He puts a hand on your shirt, kind of tugs at you a little bit, and it sort of backs up a little bit, still quite defensively. But it kind of snorts, and you can see frost kind of come out of its nostrils. It backs up and takes a defensive stance, but does not attack you.
I don't think I have anything else for. I can't shout anything else out because my entire thing.
We'll stay in initiative for a time here, but Meepo, clearly, he's like, Caltrix, come back. And when he moves forward, she's like, "Rah!" and kind of like snaps at him a little bit. And he's kind of moves behind you a little bit. Orpha.
Where is she at right now?
She's backed up just a little bit. I assume you did not want to take an attack of opportunity, but you could have.
Nope. I'm just gonna try to grapple her, I guess.
Okay.
What?
On. Roll some athletics for me.
Is this gonna be so bad? Why are you fucking
I
laughing?
love it, baby. It's a controversial choice.
We're not trying to hurt her, right?
Describe to me what you're trying to do.
Okay,
Just trying to
so
grab her?
I'm under the impression we can't kill her, right? Whatever.
Do it
I'm
up.
just gonna
Do it, do it,
what I
do
said
it.
I'm gonna do. Okay, so strength. What do you say? What do I do?
Yeah, athletics.
Her.
If you bonus action to rage, you can get advantage on it. If you don't remember that does that for you.
I lost my rage already
Oh.
because we haven't taken a long rest.
Gotcha. Whoops, sorry
8
about that.
plus 5.
8 plus 5. No. You try to grab her, and in fact, she was backing off. She's like, "Rah! Rah!" and her tail whips around and kind of forces you back a little bit. And she kind of slides across the wood, and her wings kind of fold out behind her. Yurikin.
Try and go assist in the grappling. I'll try and use my rope to kind of tie or bind her a little bit.
Okay, cool. Come on in. Roll athletics. It is a strength thing you gotta do.
I do have an athletics bonus. So
Okay.
We'll see. This was I think 12.
No, she got you. She got a 19. You come in, try to grapple her, and she, again, like one of her wings kind of pushes you back, and you kind of slide across the debris into the wall. One of the trophies falls beside you. Her wing is much stronger than you thought as she pushed you back. She roars. "Rah!" Again, looks like she's trying to summon something. Her throat kind of opens up a little bit like a frog's slightly, and then she turns to you. Tries to bite you. What's your armor class, my dude?
14.
No, she got you. You'll take 10 points of damage total. Some of that was cold. Some of it was piercing. As you all see Yurikin just pushed against the wall with one wing, and she then just kind of quickly just takes a bite out of his shoulder. Etrigan, your turn, sir.
Oh wait, I did have a rage.
Yeah, you had
It's okay. I forgot.
Alright. I mean, I think he's gonna put his head down. Realize this wasn't gonna go the way he thought. And also think about how it's a white wormling. And I think he'll look at Meepo and be like, "I'm sorry, Meepo." And he'll start swirling his hands around. And then he will push them both forward, Kamehameha style. I'm doing a Chaos Bolt, my dude.
Tight.
So, for anybody who doesn't know,
I love Chaos Bolt.
let me,
Please roll cold.
please.
You roll 2d8 and then pick one, right?
I rolled 2d8. I pick one to determine the damage, and it gets a d6.
Cool.
If there's no other targets, if I rolled 8s or the same number on both the 8s, it jumps to another target and it's a new roll.
Does it have to? Or
No,
may?
I think it. Well, let's read it then.
I think it has to.
Cool.
If that were the case, I probably would not do it. To a different creature of your choice.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I do need to make an attack roll, though. I don't think a 12 will do it, so...
Do you lose the spell on a miss? Or is it like a concentration or anything like that?
it's
You
make
always
a-
lose the
yeah,
spell
let's
on
make
a
a
miss,
ranged
don't you?
spell
So,
check,
the only
so-
ones you don't are some of the paladin smites.
So,
You... And she ducks with a quickness. And you see it like scorch. It like changes its flames and ice and lightning kind of hit the back wall. She gets up out of the way.
with that, I think I would tell them, I'd be like, don't get in front of her.
think he's going back up.
Okay. Meepo hesitates. I think Meepo isn't quite sure what to do. He says, "Don't try not to hurt her!" And he does chuck a sling at her. Go ahead and roll a sling attack.
Oh, yeah.
It does hit her.
Yeah. 4 damage.
It kind of hits her. Her wings fold up, and she looks up with clarity and like stares at him. Orpha.
What did he do?
He did a slung a rock at her.
I'm going to
Slingy-dinged.
hold my action and call out across her to Yurkin and say, "Help me hold her down. Please."
And you will give the help action?
Maybe, if he decides to.
I will decide to help.
Okay.
And so I'm going to attempt to grapple.
Okay. Whichever one of you has the better.
I have a +5 to acrobatic, or
Athletics?
whatever, +5 athletics.
I have +2 athletics.
Alright, so you can roll with advantage, assuming you help her.
Okay.
You kind of throw her the rope, and the two of you kind of try to...
Oh, this
You
one's
got it.
halfway.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I rolled a 2, so even with your lower one, you got it.
Oh, okay, cool.
He throws the rope over to you, and you kind of grab it, loop it around your arm, throw the rope under her, and he catches back to it, kind of plants his foot in the ground. She is now grappled. It will take another round to restrain her. So she's not, nothing really is happening to her yet, except her speed is now 0. So she can't get away from you. Alright, it is her turn. Alright. Orpha, roll me a die. Low, high.
3.
She turns and attacks you, Orpha.
Bye. For real.
Armor class?
14.
Gotcha.
Yeah, bye.
Just chomps you, picks you up, and kind of ragdolls you.
I hate level 2.
Make me opposed athletics as you've now lost the other end of your rope. Let's see if you can still hold on.
Okay. Ooh, I don't think so.
Nah, man. Her wing expands out. You kind of get slung back again, and the rope falls on the ground limp. Etrigan.
I'm gonna go for a Chaos Bolt again.
That is a hit, sir.
21.
He hit her for 4, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna just say this one is what determines it.
You can pick, right?
No, you choose a die, and the number on that die. Choose one of the number rolled on that takes.
I thought I didn't think you had to pick that until after you rolled, or do you have to say it before?
I guess it doesn't actually say you have to.
I thought it was after you rolled. You get to pick the better one. I could be wrong. Maybe it is.
I'll take this one because it's force. So
Okay.
She takes. What is that? 13 force
13
damage.
So she's taking a total of 17. And she clearly is like. You see like scorches all over her body and force like some of her scales fly off. You can almost see like an outline of her on the back wall now where it slammed and moved past her.
I think his gold eyes get more of like glittering, and the now silver is
Tight. Alright, Meepo, seeing what you've done, pops his potion again. He has 1 charge left. Drinks it and he's sorry. Slings at her again. Freaking Meepo.
Nice.
Oh!
the Meepo crit!
Killing.
The Meepo crit. 7 damage.
I mean, she's sort of looking and it just pops her right in the head, and you can actually see some blood kind of trickle down the side. She looks a little bit dazed for a second. Orpha, death save, please.
Whose is this?
That is mine. One passed death save. Yorikin.
Alright, I'm gonna step out of the room now.
Okay, she makes an attack of opportunity as you bounce.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's a hit.
For 12 points of damage,
Oh
sir.
gosh, now I'm down too. So I'm down there. Oh man.
Okay. You're like, I'm out here. And she actually, you see, she grabs his foot. So like she reaches down, kind of nips his foot, and he falls on the ground, and she pulls him in, takes a bite out of his torso, looks up at you with blood all over her face.
Gosh.
Could be the first party wipe. Nope. She looks around at them. Reaches the end of her chain. Comes at you, just turns to Uriken. Uriken, I am sorry, you have 2 failed death saves, sir.
Gosh. It's not good. It's not good.
Etrigan, your turn, my man.
She is still out over here.
Yeah, she's basically right there. Like, she's clearly, like, pulling against the chain. You can hear it, like, creaking and cracking.
Rather than take the risk, I'm gonna do a magic missile.
Okay.
Actually... Actually, scratch that. What I'm going to do is use a bonus action to drink that potion.
Yep.
I'm going to drop the whip, and I can pull my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm going to drop that, and I'm not going to do the magic missile because I only got 1 spell slot left. So, I'm going to try to shoot her with the next bow.
Shoot her!
That is a 16.
That is a hit, sir.
For 9 damage.
You got her. Y'all had her at 24. You needed 8 more.
I think we'll also sight it in somehow knowing where the glands are.
Shoot her right in the glands.
I'm gonna even close my eyes and I feel my own cold breath going around, and then.
In fact, she's starting to like it's swelling. She's trying to recharge it, trying to pull it on that. It hits, and you see just like frost kind of sprays out as her body falls in.
With the rest of it, I'm going to use my move to get now here.
Yep, you come rushing up. Okay. Meepo rushes over to you. He is going to attempt to give you medical aid. I am going to give him disadvantage because he does not know elven physiology in the least. He's trying, but he can't quite find it. Orpha, I will need a death save, please. 1 failed, 1 passed. Uriken. This, my friend, will determine if Uriken lives or dies.
So I can still use an inspiration after this, right? If I need to?
Not on a
Not
death
on
save.
the
Death
rules.
save?
No, not on a death save.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my
Back
god.
to 1 Uriken.
Wow.
That's a 20.
It's been a while since the drawing of the veil. You've lost your childhood memories, but as you lay there dying, you have a faint memory of you hunting through woods. You remember a bow at your side, birds chirping overhead, lining up a shot. You can see a deer, actually majestic. It looks up at you, and it kind of leans into you like it's noticed you, and you suddenly snap awake, eyes snap awake, and you have 1 hit point. That's what happens when you roll a 20, my dude. All right, Etrigan. Let's go see if you can save Orpha.
Try to stabilize. Nah.
Nope. Meepo will try. He's rolling with disadvantage. Meepo does it. Meepo.
With disadvantage?
I got a 10.
Yeah, but he's got a -2.
Oh. Well, Meepo tried. Meepo sticks a greasy finger in one of your wounds.
You die of sepsis.
2 failed death saves, Orpha. Spencer, Uriken is
I'll
up.
come over and try and stabilize as well.
All right.
Everyone's like,
Scramble. You're crawling. You didn't even get up. You just crawled across the floor trying to stop
You're
the...
gonna be okay. Medicine?
That's medicine 9.
Oh, so close! Oh my god. Hold on. Etrigan gets a go first.
There
There it is. Stabilized.
Just
Don't die on me. Don't
Just
die on me.
grab your hand.
Alright, you've defeated the worm Calcrix. Meepo kind of slumps on the ground, looks down at her, it's like, we did what we must. And he kind of hugs her a little bit, kind of puts his hands on her skull, kind of pats her a little bit. He's like, didn't mean it. Meepo, remember when she was egg?
I am so sorry, Meepo.
you're unconscious.
Yeah, you are.
I'm so
In your
sorry.
sleep. I'm so sorry,
Poor
Meepo.
Meepo.
He says, we get friend back, then we kill all goblins. They do this to Calcrix. They hurt Calcrix.
Can we take Calcrix back? And then take a rest with the kobolds.
It looks like it might be pretty tough to carry Calcrix.
Yeah,
Size of a
sure.
horse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's me.
Like, we can carry the news of Calcrix back and then take care of the goblins. Or we could shut ourselves in here.
Maybe they're not looking here. They think Calcrix here.
Pat his head back.
He closes his eyes.
It's very smart, Meepo. Alright. I say we bar the door. If we hear anybody, we'll rattle the chain.
And you're able to kind of manhandle the body back, close the door, find enough detritus in the room, kind of lean it up against the handle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to end it. You guys may have a long rest. We'll pick up next time with you in Calcrix's chamber. Whew! What a fight. I love low levels, man. Low levels are so good because you're always on the verge of death. Isn't that right, honey?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. Really enjoyed it. Really appreciative of
I
that.
really enjoyed it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I'm saying is my thirst is sated right now because as a DM, you just have this growing itch you can't scratch, and it's only really assuaged by the death of a PC.
Oh, man. That's not going well for y'all on Tuesday, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't know how to present a proper challenge.
That may be true. Time for the pendulum.
Excuse me?
Time to go for the pendulum to swing the other way.
DM shots fired.
Every time, I think we've had 3 encounters.
Shivering caught a cold, right?
Yeah, I think we've had 3 encounters where we've survived with like 2 hit points between the party. So this is the. We're just kidding, Sean. All right, thanks again, guys. Let's launch a raid on our friends' Legends
And don't
of
forget
Advantus.
to check us out on Discord.
Yes.
Discord also tomorrow. Curse of
The
Strahd.
Curse of the
Curse of
Strahd.
Strahd.
Tuesday to be determined. We're gonna have a week off from Princes, but we're not completely sure. We might do something.
That's right.
We might
Yeah.
do something.
Might do a little something. Yeah, tomorrow, 7:30. Join the Discord. Link is down below. We would love to have you. We love talking about D&D all the time. Make sure you follow us all on Twitter. Most of us are Castle Mac, and then our name.
Our name.
Young Spencer here is Spamilton with a 0 instead
It's
of
on
the
our
O.
plate thing.
It's there.
They can see.
Yeah, I didn't put Spamilton. Was that? I'll
That's
add
fine.
you. I'll add you to that.
That's alright.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye.
Tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.